Bouton click. Spelljammer confirmed. Boom, boom, boom. Spelljammer. Now, how are we going to celebrate Spelljammer? We're going to play in a medieval town.
Yeah.
Part of spelljamming?
In this Spelljammer campaign?
I mean, it was. That's what it started out as.
Because we're on Space Australia doesn't mean it's not a Spelljammer campaign.
It's
See,
still
it's got
Space
space.
Australia.
Space right in the name.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so who remember what happens last time?
Graham, you let us... What happened last time, Graham?
I passed out. I don't know what
This is
happened
mainly
after
for the
that.
benefit of Graham.
Yes.
But
I got arrested.
Yeah, Lawrence,
Yeah, but-
Lawrence, why don't you
yeah.
start?
Okay, so what happened was we found a certain somebody.
Yeah,
But-
Kato saw the kangaroo, that's why he was unconscious.
That I wanted to keep a hold of the body of to prove something to your character, but your character was unconscious.
So yeah,
But,
basically, there was the kangaroo, we fought the kangaroo died again, then the planet wanted to eat the kangaroo.
And I wanted to prove to you that the kangaroo was dead, but the planet won in taking the kangaroo away.
So Croc made the executive decision to ignore him and let the planet take the body of Jack.
Yeah.
Then we went on and there was a town and nothing bad happened, right, Lawrence?
No, arguably something good happened in that I got arrested.
And you
There are
guys
a
all,
lot of after a
You
lot of
guys say
shenanigans.
you guys all got pastries and had a nice meeting with the person who arrested Lawrence.
Yep.
Or about
Yeah,
to,
like-
at least.
Yeah, we're about
Like,
to have the
I've-
meeting as Kato wakes up.
Yep.
Well, I would have thought that we would have went and checked on him before we'll have the meeting, because there was like a bit of a deadline, wasn't there, before you go and have the meeting?
Yeah, we've got like 5-10 minutes-ish.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
would be able to go and check on him.
That's true. You do know he was arrested.
No, check
Oh,
on
oh,
Kato.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay,
saying as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're gonna
Kato,
find out information about Lawrence's character when we go in and have the meeting.
Kato, you've woken up.
All your friends are around you, smiling.
Yes. You recall in your dreams. It's a lot of like. You remember back and you remember all of the scenes where you were holding the dummy of Kangaroo Jack and you see it for what it is instead of Kangaroo Jack. And you fully remember the horrific image of Jack dying.
Kato wakes up screaming.
Oh, you're awake! How are you feeling?
Still screaming.
Scream.
Oh, well, it's a good thing that nothing's changed.
Still screaming.
Croc looks at his watch, looks back.
Eventually, like, is unable, like, has run out of oxygen and has to stop to breathe.
I was just going to say, Cole's going to go, well, little guy has a hell of a set of lungs on him.
Start screaming again.
Oh, there's more.
Alright, what's wrong? Use your words.
Slow breaths, Kratos, slow breaths.
How long has he been dead?
Oh, I don't know, D&D's really complicated. I can't remember exactly how long.
Alright, bye-bye, fourth wall.
A week? Joseph, help!
History check.
What, Andrew?
Character?
I
Croc?
literally have no idea.
You've been on the ship for a while. You were traveling around. Croc has no clue. He
Yeah.
has not been keeping track of the days.
Sure, Croc says a week.
How did you all just let me walk around with a mannequin pretending it was our best friend?
I mean, we tried to tell you.
I mean, in my defense, I didn't know what that was all about in the first place. I only found out like last night or yesterday, whichever it was.
So you just thought I carried around a mannequin as like an affect?
I mean,
Yeah, that does seem like right. And Kato sort of like curls up into the fetal position, rocking back and forth again.
Alright, so I know you're a bit upset, but you know how there was the whole Mr. Planet talking to you? Do you
Wait,
care about that still?
That was real? That wasn't also a delusion?
I think that was real.
not
Kato,
only was
you must fix the lantern.
not only was that,
Sorry, what
yeah,
was
because
that?
I've got that. I was gonna pick that up. Not only was it real, but I think it was related. He pulls out the lantern and holds it to you. Does this ring any bells, or is this like a druid
I-
thing? Question
I
mark. So
take it? What is it?
Joseph,
As soon as you take it, the light begins to glow green. Basically, it's a lantern. Nothing seems to be burning inside it, though there is a fire with like no fuel essentially. It was burning yellow, but now that you've touched it, it is now burning green.
Croc will go through like the explanation of the whole scene, and I'm going to say this quick after Graham's purpose. Basically, when the planet or whatever it was trying to take Jack's body, it was like a big stone sarcophagus that was growing out of the ground. Put him in it. There was a lamp hanging on it. Once it absorbed him, the lamp lit up and detached. And then the sarcophagus thing like went into the ground.
Have any clue what this is for, other than just making some light?
You can give me a survival check, I guess. Or actually, no, this would definitely be an Arcana check. Make an Arcana check.
It's a 23 survival.
Yeah, but I realized it was the wrong thing. Please make an Arcana check.
18 Arcana.
You think the planet has taken his body for some grand purpose? Potentially, it's gonna do something with it. You're not really sure.
And it's
hard to tell.
It's left us with a lantern for some reason.
Yeah, you do think the lantern is somehow linked to Jack in some way.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe it's his soul.
Jack, are you in there? Are you in the lantern? Jack, answer me.
We can't talk.
The fire sort of wibbles a little bit, but
If you're in there, flutter to the left twice. If you're not in there, don't flutter to the left twice.
it flutters about sporadically.
So, anyways, we're a little bit on a deadline here. We've actually got a meeting with the mayor, and we thought maybe you, person who's in charge. Well, no,
Where?
not exactly. The person who's in charge, but like not in charge, because there's a king on top of the mayor, and we need to make a meeting with the mayor to get to the king. It's very confusing.
yeah, there's a second in command here for us to get through to this king guy, and we think that this is the guy that Space Australia was telling you to go find because he's kind of tearing up forests.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, Kato. The king of this place, he's kind of just chopping down forests.
Let's go kill him.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Steve's in jail. He tried doing that.
He tried killing the king.
He tried to kill everybody, but he got kind of overwhelmed by the sounds of it.
It was also very bad at following directions.
Yeah.
For once, I kind of with Steven's idea, we should just murder everyone here.
But the rest of the town seems quite cool, actually. It just seems to be the one guy. Maybe we can.
Okay, we should
Maybe
try
we could.
murdering that one guy, and if that solves all our problems that are probably systemic and not created by one person.
Yeah, it's the town's fault that the king's chopping down trees. Which technically it could be.
Yeah, exactly. If like tree chopping is happening, there's usually something deeper than just one person deciding all the trees need chopped down.
I mean, more than likely, out of character, more than likely it would be something along the lines of like expansion, which that would make sense as a community-wide thing rather than just his. But,
or a brain parasite.
Yeah, that's it. Brain parasites.
Or that.
So, well, the meeting should be in like 2 minutes, so we should get going. Do you want a bit of cake?
Yes.
Croc takes out what? There's not much cake left because Croc got one bit of cake and then has shared it between like 4 people. He gives you like a thin slice of cake.
Thank you. I'll try and be better soon, but it'll take me a while to get over this.
So, at least just for now, pretend that you don't want to kill everyone.
Okay.
Till we get, like, the information.
Until we know, it's definitely fine to just start, letting heads roll.
Exactly.
So have you guys worked out what the most flammable, most important buildings are, so that the goblins can start setting fires when we're...
They all look pretty flammable, to be fair. They're all made of wood.
Don't encourage him!
Oh, and he covers his mouth with both hands like crap.
Come on, let's go, meeting to get to.
Yep, he's doing like the anime fucking forearms at his sidewalk.
The secretary welcomes you in and is like, see you guys again.
Hello! And he hands over... What was it? Was it a tart that she wanted? I know one of them wanted a tart.
The mayor's favourite food is a tart.
Okay, what did the secretary want?
She didn't say anything, she just asked you to pick her up something.
Sure.
She might like.
She has a very nice slice of cake all for herself then.
Nice.
With the fresh
She's
cake.
like, thank you.
Oh wait, no, I remember she wanted a muffin. A blueberry muffin, I think.
Yeah, muffin, that's it. She wanted a blueberry muffin, the mayor likes tarts.
Yeah, there you go. I actually remembered something.
You did.
I give her her delicious blueberry muffin.
I'd give you DM inspiration, but I already gave you it for rolling a 16.
And I already had DM inspiration. That's 3 DM inspirations I'm up to.
Oh.
So, are we alright to go on in? Oh, well, by the way, this is the friend I was telling you about. The one that talks to the planet.
Oh, very interesting. How do you do?
I am not currently well.
Aw, poor thing. I hope you feel better.
My mind has been shattered, but I will put the pieces back together again.
Croc's just standing there doing like the face.
Okay. A little intense, but seem nice. Go
My
on
people
in.
depend on me, and the planet will also depend on us.
Attaboy.
guys
The
have-
planet has arrived!
You guys have a good time with the mayor. She then gestures you like up the stairs to where the mayor's office is.
Alright, we proceed with a knock 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 on the door that still isn't fixed but is like mostly shut.
It's like hanging on by one hinge or somewhere where Steve left it.
The planet has
Yeah.
arrived!
It's you guys, and you brought a friend?
Yes, hello. Oh, also brought you this. And he hands a tart
Ooh.
over to her.
I thank you very much. So I understand
really-
you want a meeting with
I-
the king?
I really want to say I'm Kato and I speak for the trees, but that feels like I'm in a bit of a...
Yeah, Croc basically goes on with, well, yeah, so Kaito here, has been having like talks with the planet, and apparently it's very upset. Something bad's going on, and we essentially want to try and help.
Cool. I can schedule a meeting. Environmentalist. Want to talk to the king. Okay, and when would you like to be in for? There's a slot tomorrow.
Yeah.
One.
I don't know how bad the problems are, so as soon as possible.
Sure thing. I'll pencil that in.
Croc sheepishly turns to Kato and is like, is there anything else that you can tell us about this that might help?
Is there anything else I can tell him about this that might help?
You're not really sure. The planet really only gave you a vague message.
The planet is unfortunately vague in its messaging. Being a planet, it's not great on details.
You think that the planet is like weirdly, you get the vibe that the planet is like intensely focused somewhere else rather than here, and so
I do not say that.
It can only spare vague details.
Sadly, the planet speaks in vagaries and riddles.
That is the vibe that Kato gets. But yeah.
Alright, so, yeah, it would be great if we could just, get into some talks with the king, see if we can help each other out.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, sure. I've you penciled in for a meeting tomorrow. 1.
Yeah, that sounds great. By the way, I was wondering, what happened here earlier? I know it looks all about like the window that he fixed earlier and the broken lock on the door.
Crazy dude came in here, demanded a meeting with the king, threatened me, and then like my 4 guards came and arrested him, threw him in jail.
Oh. Is this like a person from the town normal?
No, visitor from out of town. Definitely was wearing some pretty evil armor. It was very strange.
That does.
Kate was about to ask, have you seen our friend? He wears some pretty evil armor and stop.
He's just like, Kate opens his mouth and just Croc puts his hand over his mouth.
Oh, no, Croc's busy talking to the mayor. Colt is silent because he's holding Kate was gobshite going, no!
Oh, what's with your friend there? He alright? Or gesturing to Kato.
Yeah, he's just having one of his moments. You know how druids are.
Fair enough.
Solve everything with a bit of racism.
A little bit of stereotyping.
I mean, I've never met any druids, so I guess.
Alright, so tomorrow at 1. Excellent. Do we need to do anything special for meeting the king?
Yeah, she goes over to a desk and starts rifling through papers. After about 30 seconds, she returns to you and says, puts like a paper on the table, stamps it, and hands it to Croc. Just show the guards at the castle gate this.
Oh,
and
excellent.
they should let you in.
Thank you very much. Well, we've got some time to spare. Is there anything we can do to help while we're in town?
Don't really know, I suppose. You could always check out the local tavern, or, I mean, I guess you could, I think there's always spiders to hunt nearby.
We killed some spider cultists recently.
Oh, that was you guys? I think there was a reward for that.
Oh. Yeah, they were just like really bad people. Threatening me friend here's family.
Oh, poor thing.
Colt will let you go at that point.
We have wiped the spider cultists. They were the first thing the Earth told the Space Australia told us was wrong with the planet. Then we moved on to a horrible infection, and now we are here.
Oh yeah, you want to watch out. There was some weird oily goopy things that were not right. I mean, we killed them, but it was in a crashed ship, so we don't know if any escaped.
Like, were you near a river?
Were we? I can't remember.
I mean, the
I
whole
do not
area,
believe
the
so.
whole area was kind of torn up a lot, so it's hard to
Yeah,
tell.
it was like
Well,
a very
kinda-
forested area.
Yeah, we were
Uh,
kind of more preoccupied with these black squid-looking creatures that were attacking us with the black
Then-
sludge.
How did you manage to crash a ship in the middle of... What?
We didn't.
Oh no,
crash
no!
it.
It's not our ship. We just found the ship.
How did the ship get all the way there?
Shrug.
How big was this ship?
Like Croc puts his arms out like, pretty big.
This seems a bit weird. How could you get a boat?
The whole
this far
situation
into
isn't-
land?
The
Yeah.
whole situation
the
isn't
ship
deep, which is why
flies.
we brought it up.
Yeah, I understand that the joke that's going on there.
The ship flies.
Oh, it's a flying
air.
ship. Ah.
Well, it doesn't anymore, because it
No,
crashed.
now it's crashed and was full of black goop that poisoned people.
Well, it sounds good that you sorted that out.
Well, hopefully. So it's more of a just keep your eyes open for goopy black things in case any
Got
escaped
it.
before we got
If-
there.
If any wibbly goopy black things come and try and kill the city, we'll be ready for them.
Excellent.
Yeah, I noticed another one of the adventurers that I assume frequent your town. They were covered in green goop. So if you have adventurers going in and out on the regular, might be a good idea to give the message to them to keep an eye out.
Yeah, sure. We'll put up a notice in the tavern. They all
Awesome.
go to the tavern for some reason. It's weird.
They need to drink their problems away.
But yeah.
When you travel the land, sometimes you just see some things you just need to delete.
But yes. Green goopy. I think there was a mission to get rid of some slimes that were bugging farmers.
Alright, well,
Ladies were here long before the farmers.
we'll get out your hair. We can see that you've got a lot tidying up to do. Thank you very much for your help. This is like sort of ushering Kato towards the door.
Sure thing. It was a pleasure meeting you.
If you ever need anything, don't worry about giving us a shout.
Will do. Closes the door over. And you hear her getting back to work.
It's like closes the door, forgetting that the lock's broken, and it just like slowly opens a little bit again. You just hear,
Yeah, oh, god damn it, clunk. Damn it, clunk.
just puts a bin in front of the door.
The slimes were here before any farmers moved into this area. The slimes are the natural predators.
The two of us just go, oh, okay, come on, buddy, and we're both like, got you by the arm, holding you up.
Alright, so what now? We've got a day to wait.
Well, shall I adjust the Loxodon in the room? Are we going to go and check on Steve?
I mean, how do we check on him without them knowing he's ours?
That's kind of why I brought it up.
What do
Yeah,
you
you
think,
won't-
Kato?
You also
Why do you-
hear
what-
the town crier comes out and announces an execution is to be held.
Oh boy, I wonder who that's for.
I think we have all three of us know.
The foul criminal who threatened the mayor will be executed this afternoon.
Oh, that's a very quick execution.
So do we want to break him out, or are we just gonna, not?
Well, on the one hand, I know an idea of how to get to him, but then I don't know what next. And if we do anything bad, it might fuck up tomorrow's plans.
Or if he does something bad, it'll make us look like the villains, and then all of our work's exploded.
But I also don't really want him to die. So it's quite the conundrum.
But
Yeah,
you did
empathy's-
use the favor of your god to keep him alive.
I can in 6 more days.
No, I mean you did already. Like, how much of a waste would that be if you used the favor of your god to keep him alive and then he just like got killed straight away? That seems that would be very disrespectful to your god.
True. Shit. Alright, so I can say that I'm a priest here to give him last rites. I should be able to get my way in easy enough for that. Then what do I do once we're in?
You could like turn him invisible if you could do that,
Don't think I can do that.
because I can't do that either. We could turn him into like a small animal and hide him, and like throw him through the bars of the prison or whatever, so he could escape.
Just looking at my spells like, none of my spells do that.
I could do that.
Oh, you could do that to turn him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so, that seems a plan. Colt, what do you think?
I'm erring on the side of helping him, considering that an execution seems a bit steep for just causing some trouble. I got exiled from my clan, and I got framed for doing a whole lot worse than what he did. So on the side of empathy, yes, but however, I don't have any ways of stealthing someone as big and noisy as him out of there. I could distract the guards, shrug, if I can get a disguise.
Why don't we case the place, see if there's any, like, windows or anything we can see him through? Maybe this is all a misunderstanding.
Yeah, diplomacy's gotten us most of the way thus far. Maybe the guards are amicable.
So I guess we head over to, like, this area and just... What kind of building do we see?
It looks like a guard barracks. There's some tired guards who are just sitting around a few tables on their breaks, presumably. There's a couple of guards who look like they're on duty inside. One of which is behind a desk, and there's some holding cells.
Yeah, can we see him in any way?
The way that the holding cells are angled, you'd have to stand like pretty close to in front of them in order to see inside them. You're currently in front of where the desk is. You can't really see inside the cells.
Okay, so Croc's gonna ask Kato, how obvious is you casting a spell? Or doing whatever it is you're gonna do?
To say things and make elaborate gestures.
Ooh, I've got an idea. We'll go in with the idea of, like, I'm here to give him his last rites, and you two are like me disciples. And then once we're there, Mr. Rat here can cast darkness, and we can yell out, "Oh no, he's escaping!" And then you can transform him,
Yep.
and then in the confusion, no one will know. That's a great plan, right?
Great plan. See
I
no
like
problems with it.
Alright, let's see how this goes. So, I guess we go in with Croc in the front and the other two standing behind him.
Cool. So do you walk up to the person who's behind the front desk, or do you just like go straight for the cell?
Oh no, would go to, like, whoever looks like they're the receptionist sort of thing.
Cool. Let's say, you don't look familiar. What's your business here?
Oh, hello. So we heard that there's been quite a bad from what I heard from the mayor. A bad criminal here who's getting executed.
Oh yeah, he threatened the man. It looks like he's a worshipper of like murder gods.
Ah,
Very
yeah,
weird.
I'd heard something like that. Well, you see, well, obviously, as you'd know, we're not from around here, and I thought it was my holy duty that I should give him his last rites.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck.
Bah.
That?
Go.
Why did you say fuck? No reason. Alright, persuasion. That's normal, not advantage. Not bad.
And he goes, "Oh, did the like king send you for last rites or something? Or
Oh.
like we hired to do last rites? Were the other clerics busy or something?"
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, you see, we were just over at the mayor's office, and she's very distraught about this. But, you know, you've still got to do things by the book.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, fair enough. I thought you'd be coming a little later, but sure.
Oh, yeah, normally it would be a bit later, but, well, if you haven't heard, he's getting executed this afternoon.
That's true. I suppose. Yeah. Just head on over.
Okay, so we continue ahead. Do we get allowed in the cell, or is it like a...
You will
In
be
front
giving
of.
the rights from outside of
Yeah.
the cell. Yeah,
That's
'cause
fine, as long as we can
he's
see
very-
him.
He's very dangerous, and so they're not letting him out.
Are we? Do we have enough space that like we could whisper to Stephen?
People are like relatively nearby. You'd probably have to like make a sleight of hand check to try and
I
discreetly
assume I can.
talk to Steve.
I assume I can see them.
You can see them. You are still gagged though.
Yeah.
Is it bars or is it like
It's bars.
perspex? So this is bars, so we can reach through and just pull the gag down a little bit.
If you you could try.
We don't need to.
Nah, we don't need to do that.
So on your mark, when you're doing your thing, when you're giving us the countdown, I will polymorph Stephen at the same time that the rat darkness is everything.
So it'd literally be like Croc would
Rat is-
start going through like, you know, the normal ceremonies, and then be like, "Oh
And
God,
I'm
God,
muttering-
he's doing
I'm
something!"
muttering beside him,
And then darkness appears.
Okay.
and he will. And Stephen is a squirrel.
Stephen is now a squirrel in darkness.
Oh,
Don't
grab him.
worry, I thought of
Yeah,
this. Rat grabs
cool.
him.
Got it.
Oh, I was going to say Colt will grab from
Yeah,
and
that's
put
what
him
I
in
thought
like
Colt was
the
gonna grab him.
inside of his gi with blind sight.
You hear a bunch of guards like quickly standing to alert. A bunch of like chairs are getting knocked over and stuff because
And
nobody
we
can
shift
see.
away out of the way.
Where he is going?
Wi-
Because I believe the only person who can currently see is like the rat.
I'm just heading back. The rat and Cole can see, right?
Yeah, I can see it, so I
Oh,
can
yeah.
like get out of
Both
there.
can-
And I mean,
Oh, that's not good for me. Also, in the darkness, Croc casts Sacred Flame. Oh, thank God, that's the holy weapon. Ignore the 14. Croc's holy flame, or Sacred Flame, on himself.
make it look
Uh-huh.
like
To make it look like he was attacked. Oh my God,
Fair
12 was more. I was hoping for a low number because it's a cantrip.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stumble backwards from where we were, dragging Croc with me.
The rat didn't cast darkness on itself, it was like on the space. So we like stumble out of the darkness. Croc like holding his face where he's been burnt.
Cool. You see a bunch of guards, like, a couple of them have rushed to the door in order to, like, prevent stuff from leaving.
I was gonna say Colt's
and a-
not leaving. He's gonna. Yeah, go on.
A bunch
Sorry.
of them are waiting just outside the darkness.
So they see like Croc stumble out, burnt.
And the occasional one goes into the darkness, like looking around for stuff or trying to feel around for things.
And then the darkness dissipates.
He's gone.
Having grabbed the scroll, put him inside his gear. Colt is gonna be trying to act as if he's been punched and like knocked to the ground. So he's gonna be like resting on his staff. As if he's using
I like how
support.
you're acting. I set myself on fire.
It's all part of acting. It's on fire occasionally.
You're just a bit more method than he is.
Where did he go? Did you guys see anything?
No, it was dark. Didn't see
pitch
where
black.
anything happened.
Ah,
His dark magic was activated again. That we heard about.
That bastard.
bloody hurts.
Oh, let's get you to the. Do you need a doctor?
I'm gonna heal Croc
Oh, thank you, my son.
for
And
7
Colt
plus
is just-
5. 7 plus. What's my wisdom? 7 plus 4.
You see the person who was behind the desks points to like 4 guards and tells them to, you 4, leave. Begin searching the town and inform the rest of the guards to keep a lookout for him. Spread the word that there's a dangerous fugitive who's escaped. We'll get that bastard, yes.
Oh,
what
is
you do.
there anything we can do to help?
Just if you find him, just tell us about it.
All right, we'll keep our eyes open. And then
Who
we
would
proceed
harbor
to
such
leave.
an obviously dangerous criminal?
Yeah, that monster.
And then we exit and very quickly go and join the goblins.
Yeah, go get out of town to where the goblins are.
The goblins are just in the hayfield, like they've set up some small tents and stuff. Just outside the city. A few of them are in piles. The druids are looking at the farms and are like, this is nature tamed, and it's
I
very...
joined the druids to like shake my head at the farms. This is what we fight against. This monstrosity.
It's like, oh, they've even attacked the poor slimes in the area. You can tell one of the druids has like examined the soil and stuff. It's like he knows that slimes usually move through these parts, and when they die, they like make the soil richer.
The slimes are one of the true, great, majestic creatures of this area.
They
And
are.
For generations, our tribes when we lived here would interact with the slimes and be given useful slime in return for food. And look what they've done now. Killed
The
them.
bastards.
Colt turns to Kate and goes, I'm gathering that towns like this are not common around here or on your world as a whole.
They weren't when I was abducted.
Oh, there's some, like Space Melbourne's lovely. Although it's quite far from here.
They're usually
So apart from
mostly
Space
on the-
Melbourne,
And
They're
Brisbane.
usually, yeah, they're usually sort of like down in a very similar location, because it's very hard for the kind of people who become townies to live this far out.
We're out in what you'd call the bush.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain the whole. You know how how Australia works, where it's all along that one coastline, effectively.
Yeah.
Yep. The
Mhm.
whole population is like there. And then there is like one town that's like out in the middle of the
Yeah,
desert.
it's that sort of thing. It's like basically there are not very many towns where Cato would have grown up, but like
Well, because
seems to be
this
a
one-
newer town.
and this one's tearing up his homeland, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
As you're explaining that, Colt is like nodding along and understanding. He's like, I get it. I get where you're coming from now.
What does the squirrel do?
It's a squirrel.
What do you do,
Lawrence,
squirrel?
what do you do as a squirrel?
Squeakity squeaking. Are there any trees nearby?
There's a few. Most have been cut down though.
Can I go look?
It's mostly
looks like
decorative
there's-
trees.
It looks like there's
I-
one here.
I weep for the trees.
Can I go looking for acorns?
Yeah, you can start searching this area for acorns. The little
Colt will-
squirrel jumps
Colt-
off you, Colt,
Colt
and starts
nonchalantly
looking
tosses him
for
away.
acorns.
So, what we're gonna do about that problem?
What
Kato,
problem?
it brings a tear to your eye that you see just like something so natural occurring in like such an urban environment.
Also, this is
Right,
probably the
fine.
first time you've liked Steve.
We must
Yes.
destroy this place.
He's like, Croc sheepishly turns to Colt. This is not quite going the way I thought it was gonna go. A lot more destructive.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
If I conjure some fire element, do I think the town garden could handle some fire element?
You're entirely unsure.
Do you ask that
Maybe
out? Do you ask that out loud?
you
Yes.
you
Well, they
don't
had-
know.
Well, they handled one Steve, so there's a starting point.
Do I think Steve is stronger than a fire element?
That's
You
down
think
to you,
Steve,
buddy.
you believe Steve is stronger than a fire elemental.
Unfortunate. You're just like Kato's just like staring at the town thinking destruction upon it.
He's just thinking of it on fire.
Why don't we just get some rest? I'm sure everything will be better tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm thinking that as well. Court will actually start like as a means of like de-stressing and trying to forget about the fact that we're probably going to end up glass flooring this place. He's going to start running laps around the town as a means of like, de-stress through exercise type.
Kato will shout at you as you're
thing.
about to go off running. Good. Out the town. Tell me its weak spots.
He just gives you a thumbs up as he's running.
And as much as I regret saying this, after an hour passes, Lawrence turns back. Lawrence, what do you do?
You're underneath a tree, currently looking like on all fours.
With like a very small pile of acorns.
Yes.
I pick up the acorns and are there any squirrels nearby?
Give me a survival check to see if you can find some squirrels.
Okay, 1 second. Nature, you said.
Survival.
Survival, sorry. Survival. I'm on Spelljammer. Ten.
You can't see any squirrels nearby.
I will bring the acorns. How many? Where are we specifically?
You
On the map.
are currently here,
Yeah.
like behind this house down here under this tree.
I will go to.
And you know that the group are camping in the distance.
Yes, you know the group
you-
are just along from these two buildings and in a field.
I will go back to the group and I will give the acorns to Kato.
Cool. This guy says, "Hey, you, stop!" when you get to here.
Okay. Okay. I will.
When he sees you, he's gonna start booking it inside, saying, "I've found him!"
Can I cast command at him?
Yeah, go for it.
So that is a Wisdom saving throw DC 15.
Julio. He's just a normal dude, so he's really.
That's a fail.
He fails.
And I say, silence.
He is silent as he runs through the town.
For how long?
6 seconds.
Do any of us hear him? Do any of us hear him scream, "I found him!" and hear Steve yell silence?
No, he's quiet, so doesn't yell anything. He just essentially.
No, I mean like
turns
the
around.
first shout.
No, he doesn't get to do the first round. Steve quieted him before that happens.
We'd probably hear him just say quiet though.
You'd
probably
probably
hear
say
him shout silence.
you would see Steve casting something and saying
So-
quiet.
Oh, he's turned back.
And then after 6 seconds in the distance you hear, "I've found him! Black magic! He can make people quiet!"
Everyone's face goes into their hands like, oh.
Oh, has it been an hour already?
Steve, you're gonna be an animal again for a little bit, okay?
I'll say, hang on, give me 10 minutes.
About
We could have the whole town on us by then.
about 3 minutes later.
I turned Steve into a raven.
Cool. About 3 minutes later, the 4 people who beat Steve up last time.
As a raven,
Like a
can I
writing desk.
fly? Can I fly over here?
You can fly in whichever direction you wish to, but you're a raven. You're you, but you're also a raven, so you don't really have a concept of like things. You're more attracted to the marketplace where there's food
And shinies.
and shinies.
Are there any balconies in and around the castle?
A few, but you smell shiny. You smell food and see shiny, so you go in this direction to the market.
Don't know why I really like you. You smell shinies.
You smell the shinies.
Can I try and pick up a few shiny objects?
Sure. Bird, you will like look around to try and pick up some shinies. In the meantime, everyone else sees a bunch of people like who approach you and ask if you saw the fugitive go anywhere.
Yeah, he went that way.
Some of them head off in that direction, and some of them like fan out and begin exploring. One of them stays with you guys to make sure you're safe.
We pretend that we're very grateful. Oh,
And one of them resumes guarding the entrance.
we thought this looked like a safe place. The man's crazy.
He was coming back to get him. Like he tried to kill him in the place, right?
It looked like it.
This does not seem like a safe place to be.
After I've stolen some shinies and eaten some food, fly over to the castle.
You're too preoccupied. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but as a bird, your current instinct is to like make a nest somewhere in a tree.
Yeah, and I
Make
plan
a
on
nest in a
making.
high place, right?
Yeah, the castle's one of the highest places going.
Sure. Give me a perception roll. Just actually roll a d20.
You have advantage, I believe, as a bird of perception.
Yes.
Well, I got a nat 20, so.
Cool. You look around, and the highest place you see is the church.
Well, it's taller than a massive castle thing, and with
It
a
is
tower.
taller than the walls of the castle, yes. Is the top spire of the church. It's also shiny. It has that going for it. It's also on a raised section.
It has a big shiny bell.
It does.
Can I make my nest at the top of the bell tower?
You
Like
can.
inside the top of the bell tower.
You can make your nest there. You begin gathering twigs and stuff, and then you turn back into a U. You are in the bell tower of a church.
Sorry, we've saved you twice. I don't know how much more we could do.
He's not next to us. This whole next part is all on him.
Also, he was a blackbird that flew into the night. No idea where he is now.
It's true. You're all having a lovely time having a nap. at this
We
point.
know another hour has passed. Like, well, he's not back.
Lawrence,
Well,
you
just-
can just stay in the rafters of the church if you want.
I will stay there for now.
Cool. So are you taking a rest then, as night begins to fall?
Yeah, makes sense with
Yeah.
rest.
Cool.
Yeah,
Right.
I will long rest as well.
You all long rest.
Yeah, I can regain my one missing hit point from burning myself.
You notice that the guards start like coming back in, having failed in their search.
Ah, you'll get him next time.
All going back to their little post. And then it's the next day.
Does anybody come up in the morning to ring the bell?
People do ring the bell in the morning.
Do they spot me?
They do not spot you, but you wake up when the bell rings.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a hell of an alarm.
Big bell right next to your
It's-
head.
So loud. From where you are. From where the rest of the party is, it's just it's like a nice volume to wake you all up on time.
How many people specifically come up to ring the bell?
It's a relatively small bell. It's just one or two people come up. One
Yeah.
person rings the bell, the other person's just like sitting, watching out. But they more look outwards, not upwards. And you're kind of like, there's kind of a platform between you and them, so they can't really see where you are.
Mm.
Because you're essentially on like, there's a floor and then rafters, and then there's where the bell's hanging through, and then where they are,
Yeah.
which is the place you would ring the bell from.
Yeah, there's usually like a lower area where the ropes drop down.
Yeah. I'll remain hidden.
Cool. So what do you guys do? It's
Cool.
morning.
Cole's gonna stretch off and start making his way towards the craftsman's area because he ordered that grappling hook yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and
Uh,
sees if the wifey who said she'd make.
The blacksmith.
Kato's gonna be sobbing to himself quietly about everything, until we have to go meet someone.
And Croc's gonna take a breakfast order.
Fair enough.
Alright. Sausage and egg. Just sausage.
Oh, as soon as Colt hears sausage and egg, he just step up the wind, zaps right up wherever you're going.
Alright, yes, you want a sausage and egg as well.
As soon as he hears that, it's like instant transmission, just right next to you. Like, where?
I'll bring it back, just go get your grappling hook.
The rat requests
Oh,
testicles.
step of the wind, instant transmission.
Through sobs, Kato was like, can I get sausage and bacon and other sausage, please?
Alright, extra sausage.
Snacks doesn't want a full meal. Snacks only wants snacks, but like lots of them.
Got it. Oh, also, so you're saying that the rat asked for testicles? Like, alright, hot dog for you.
Colt, the blacksmith is like, you find her hammering iron. She's making a sword. She sees you, stops what she's doing, heads over to a wall and hands you essentially a grappling hook head.
Awesome, great, exactly what I described. How much did you say it was again?
Can you give me like 10 gold for it?
I'm pretty sure we said 4 yesterday.
Yeah, sure, 4.
Cool. And he hands that over.
Cool. And she takes the 4 gold.
Is there
Sorry, what
ever
was that?
anybody? Sorry, continue.
Sorry,
Hey.
Joseph, what did you say there?
Yeah, she like hands you it, takes the 4 gold, gets back to work.
Colt will tie it onto the end of his hempen rope and start swinging it to test the weight. He isn't gonna like grappling on anything. He's just feeling the weight and how it feels compared to his original.
Yeah, she says, "Hope it works well for you." Then gets back to hammering.
Seems like it might. Thank you very much. And he goes off for breakfast.
Lawrence, you were saying?
I was gonna say, is there ever anybody up in the bell tower by themselves?
No. Nobody heads up to the bell tower.
You saw the people in the bell tower. Now there's nobody there.
Yeah, no, it was just later on if anybody went up by themselves. I'll continue to wait.
Cool. Team breakfast. Your breakfast is consumed. It's pretty nice.
Kato got double sausage, double bacon.
Do you want to
You
do
did get me both different types of sausage, right?
Oh yeah.
it? Do you do anything in the meantime, or do you just? Oh, he's just waiting until you go meet the king.
I mean, there's been a lot of chaos already. We should just it's only a couple of hours.
Kato's just beginning to wonder what happened to the Raven. The Raven left and it's just abandoned him, like everybody else is going to eventually die and leave him. Kato's not doing great right now.
King was not doing well.
So Lawrence, you've got a
I think
couple of hours.
I think Colt would probably bring it up as well, going, strange, he hasn't come back. Although at the same time, we haven't heard the guards going mental again.
Count your blessings.
Okay. Can I cut the ropes to the church bell?
The church bell does not. I mean, you can cut the ropes that would allow you to ring the church bell. Yes. You can't cut the ropes that support the church bell because the church bell is not supported by ropes.
What's it supported by?
It's like a metal hinge.
I will not cut the ropes. pray to my god, Baal.
Cool. You pray to Baal about murder.
What do you specifically pray about?
Yeah, what do you pray about?
I will quietly pray about letting me murder my way through this town so I can get vengeance on those that put hands to me, and those that would not that would stand in my way to getting an audience with the king and getting vengeance on the king. For I don't know, being evil. No, not being evil, because I'm
Baal,
evil.
Baal supports your will to murder.
Cool.
Could have asked for help, but oh well.
Can I see down into the
I want to murder things. Baal approves this message.
Can I see down into the church?
You can see a very small amount of it. Mainly just the rope bit.
Okay. Does the bell have any etchings on it that would denote what religion this church is of?
Not on the bell, no.
Are there any around where I am?
Not in the
Markings
not in the maintenance rafters, no.
Can I go?
This is you're in the bit where you would typically clean the top of the bell from, essentially, is where you are.
Can I go down to the bit with the bell, like where they were ringing the bell from?
Yeah, you can make your way down there easily enough.
Now can I see any markings denoting the religion of this church?
Not really on the bell tower. You think you would have to go into the church proper to see any proper religious symbology of this church, or at least be able to see the windows that are near the ground floor.
Can I see down into the church from here?
Not really. It's there's a spiral staircase that connects them. You could go down the staircase, but that would bring you into the church proper.
Are there any ropes here?
There are ropes that you would use to ring the bell.
Robes, as in church
Oh,
garments?
no, there are no, clothes just lying around. You could, from here, jump off the back of the tower.
Have you thought about taking off all your armor so no one recognizes you?
I will take off all of my armor.
Oh, Baal will not like that.
Okay, you remove all of your armor. You're in your common clothes.
Yeah. Any denotion of what religion I truly follow, I hold inwards so that it can't be recognized easily.
Do you just put it all in your backpack?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I will walk down into the main body of the church.
Cool. Yeah. You walk
Can
down
I
there.
see can I see to which god this church is devoted?
Make a religion check. A priest looks at you and says, "Hey, you look vaguely familiar. I've seen you somewhere before."
I got a 9, and
You
I
have
say,
no clue.
There's a big and blazing sun.
I say, I'm not the person you're looking for. It's someone else, maybe.
He just starts saying, "Wait here."
I will ask. I wish to learn more about about this church.
Oh, very well. You notice that he goes over to one of the altar boys, who proceeds to leave the church after getting a whisper from the priest. The priest's like, yes, very well. I'd love to teach you about our wonderful religion.
Can I? Does this church have any relics on display?
Not on display, no.
I will ask, does this church have any relics?
Yes, we do.
And what would they be, pray tell?
Well, we have a small amount of light from the Great One himself.
And who would the Great One be?
He just gestures to the large mural behind him and says, this is our wonderful Morning Lord."
Do I recognize?
No,
What
because
he-
you failed your
no.
religion check.
I'll say, interesting, and then say, I must be going. I'm late for breakfast.
No,
And then-
stay a while. I'm sure it'll be wonderfully fine.
No, I must be going. I
I'm-
have friends that I need to catch up with.
Nonsense. That is not a way out of the church. Not from inside the church, anyway. That would involve going through a brick wall.
Is the I will go out
He says-
into the garden this way.
As you attempt to go into the garden, the cleric says, "Don't go any further."
Why are you scared that I'll trample your daffodils?
No, because you're clearly the prisoner we've all been looking for.
I don't know what you mean. I'm insulted.
He cast something.
This-
And,
This feels like one of those scenes in the comedy where it's like, I'm insulted, and then the bottom of his bag falls out and just all the evil paraphernalia falls out. Then more evil paraphernalia falls out. And they just look
Lawrence.
back and forth.
the water behind you pins you down, essentially. The water from the garden.
Is there any save to this?
Please make a strength save, as a bunch of water is basically surrounding you. To avoid being held in place by the water. Versus this cleric's spell save DC.
Well, then,
You
there we-
fail. You are
Yeah.
held in place by the water, and some guards who were just outside weirdly come to arrest you again.
Why? Why does this feel like it's designed to not let him get away with this? It's like he has no chance. He is so done. We tried once. Oh well.
You succeeded. You succeeded once, and then you didn't acknowledge the guard who was standing 2 feet to the left. Sadness.
I mean, it wasn't us that ran in front of the guard.
That's true. Lawrence is the one who ran in front of the guard. Lawrence, you get
Hello.
gagged and manacled. Please make
Sure.
2 strength saves with disadvantage because you're being pinned down by water.
8 and 16.
That's a shame.
It really a crit the other 2 times.
That's true. Let's give them their rules to see if they manage to. You
I
never
mean,
know.
I'm fairly sure they're going to beat 8 and 16.
I mean, 16 isn't too bad.
They get you both times.
Yeah.
You are gagged and manacled and hoisted away, essentially taken back to the same jail cell. I'll give you another strength save to try and break out the water, and another opposed strength check to resist being picked up.
I'll let them take me, it's fine.
Sure. They escort you back to prison.
So
Yeah.
we would potentially see him getting dragged off that way again.
Yes, out of the corner of your eye, or like Croc, while you're coming back from breakfast orders, you see your murderous companion, who's now very wet, being dragged off by the same people who arrested him earlier.
He's like, alright, here's yours, here's yours, here's yours. Oh, by the way, he's been arrested again. Here's yours, Kato. Here's your snack.
Damn it.
Snack. Nom 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 nom.
So what are everyone's thoughts on this?
Depending on when they're going to execute him, maybe we can conclude whatever happens with the king before we have to either break him out again or
We
he
could
will get out
always
during any
ask.
ensuing chaos that may happen.
We could always ask the king to let him out.
We don't really have much of a bargaining chip, though.
No.
I
You
mean,
always have
we
the
could
choice of
kill
just
the
letting
king,
him
declare
die.
ourselves king, and then let him out.
Technically, yes.
All the goblins say, "Yeah, that's
You're
a
not
good plan.
wrong. You're not
Let's
wrong.
kick. You guys just go kill the king, and then we'll become Goblin Town."
Yeah, Goblin Town sounds good, doesn't it?
You always
We'll solve
uh,
all their problems.
you always have the choice of just letting him die. I mean, he
You
hasn't
shut up,
really
man
done
who
anything-
wants your character dead.
He hasn't really done anything for the party.
He hasn't done anything apart from kill one spider in his entire time here.
Exactly. What use has he been?
Well, I imagine we've still got a few hours until the meeting.
Yeah. It's like 2, 3-ish hours.
So, Croc is just like, so what's everyone want to do? We can wait? Don't really want to break them out again?
We could just start fires around the town and see if that helped.
Could just burn random sections of the town down.
Croc is just like looking at Colt with just like the most horrified, panicked eyes of, I don't know how to deal with this. He's normally in charge.
Croc is panicking.
Colt?
Cold.
I mean, I kind of get where he's,
Well.
I kind of get where he's coming from, but at the same time, we do need to figure out exactly what the whole situation is with this king and his underlings. I mean, I kind of like the townspeople here, but
The good in you tells you murdering random innocent civilians isn't a great
Yes.
plan.
yes. But he also sees Kato's side of the argument.
But also, equally, nature important though.
Yes, very.
Nature important, though.
I'm like talking to the goblins. Okay, guys. So I need you to go around the town and find the best places to set fires. Don't do
Alright.
it yet.
You know what?
Cool.
I'm
We'll
just
split up
gonna-
and search for clues.
I'm just
Good.
gonna Go for a
they'll
walk.
begin making their way throughout the town, looking for various places to start fires.
Old had an idea. He leans over to Kato. Do you think it'd be a productive use of a couple of hours to try and find any actual actual deforestation happening that we have heard is happening, and then put a stop to it?
Yes, let's do this. Let's go stop some deforestation.
Fair.
As long as we're back before the right time, which was what, 4? Was it
It's
1?
No, it was 1.
Yeah.
It was
It's
1.
current-
So
It's
so we
currently
have-
like 9. It's like currently 9 going on 10 o'clock. It's like 9:30ish.
we have 3 hours to look around. Between my high speed and your ability to fly and stuff, we could probably cover a large amount of ground.
Sure.
Sounds like a good idea?
Yeah.
Joseph,
Cool.
can I have free reign to do a bit of religious roleplay?
Sure.
Croc goes off by himself and prays to his gods. What should I do, gods? Tiamat responds, burn them all. Bahamut responds, spare the innocents.
He's in the exact same situation as Colt now.
Like, ah!
He's trying to find that balance.
So, that was it. I just really wanted to do that.
This is accurate. If you had asked me, I would have said basically the same thing.
So, Croc
Uh,
has removed himself from the situation.
Sure, you two can go off and look for some
People
it takes-
tearing up forests.
you're looking around, and the nearest forest looks like it's a little ways away. It takes you about 20 minutes to walk there.
Hmm.
By the
Colt,
time you...
Colt running, does that like factor into it anyway? If he's like doing like full movement speed,
it
like
takes
like
you
dashing.
takes you like 13 minutes to get there, as opposed to the usual 20. You find some lumberers. They're cutting down some trees.
Is Kato with us, or is he gone somewhere else?
No, Kato is following, but Kato is slower than you.
Yeah, he's slower than you, so he's like a ways behind you.
Alright, he'll gesture at Kato. He forgets that Kato doesn't understand the core sign language, and he's signing to you, people this way, cutting down trees, and he runs into the forest.
You encounter some peasants cutting trees down.
And then he'll approach them and go, what's the word I'm looking for?
One of them
What's
stops
the
what
word
they're
I'm
doing
looking
and
for?
says, "Oh, what's up with you, stranger? Come looking for work, or are you one of those adventurers here to kill those pesky slimes?"
Yes, hail lumberjacks. Actually, here on orders of the mayor. Actually, I'm due to meet the king this afternoon, and I'm here to carry on. I am indeed an adventurer to carry on orders to you to postpone your processes right now. Would that be a persuasion? To
Make a
persuade them that I
deception.
am in fact
Make a deception.
A what?
Deception.
deception.
Because you are in fact
Yeah.
lying to them.
Yeah, I'm telling them that I'm there on like king's mayor's orders. Deception is where the bloody hell are they?
Could I get another character sheet, please?
Shit.
This commoner is like, "You don't work for the king. I take my orders from like one of the mayor's people. This is clearly a lie. We're gonna keep cutting trees down because that's what we've been ordered to do. I'm just trying to make money, man.
Can I get a
I have a
character sheet,
family.
please?
You need another character sheet. Okay.
Yeah, I need 3 more technically.
Oh God.
Okay.
I take it while I'm talking to him that Kato is able to catch up, while I'm fucking up being sleazy.
Okay, so it takes like 8 minutes for you to arrive. There's a character sheet. I'll get you some more. There's another character sheet. And there's another character sheet. But you finally arrive after you see an annoyed lumberer walking away from your friend.
Looking to go cut down some trees.
He is looking to go return to cut down some trees with the other lumberers who are currently cutting trees down.
I am going to come out of the forest from as an air elemental.
All of them look at you, immediately drop their axes, and start running for the hill.
And I like scare them away, and I like damage some of the equipment, and then I'm like gonna fly away. Like just chase them about a bit, and then like fly on.
Yeah, Colt will help with the destruction of the equipment by using his electricity to short all of their equipment. Puts his hands and then just channels ki into them, fries them.
It's not electric equipment. It's like they have axes and like
shit. So it's like, you know, just like
they have
physical
axes
hand axes
and then
swords.
swirls on to find the next location to attack.
You go and start like scaring away more lumberers. So you just find like.
I'm trying to appear as the like spirit of the forest vengeance, this like elemental coming out of the forest.
They just keep running, like you keep going to places and they just keep running back to town.
It's like doing the circuit.
Every time like Colt changes his story to going, you know, you really should stop doing that. Is there something going around here stopping you? The spirit of the forest and all that. And then when Kato comes in, he goes, "Told you." Shrug. I'm just gonna assume that they just all tell him to do one, and then Kato comes in, wrecks everything, and then Colt just goes, "Told you."
Man, that's the gist of it.
Basically.
And then I will not be a elemental any longer to go and take an hour's rest before we go and meet the people.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan.
You see a small army of lumberers who've all convened outside of the city. They all look very scared.
If any of them recognize me and ask where I'm going, I'm just gonna straight up be truthful and say, "I see the king. I did tell you that's where I'm going."
They all look quite frightened. Some of them have like headed over to where the mayor's house is and stuff. But yeah, sure.
So, are we all reconvening, or is me and Kyoto gonna come and find Croc?
Croc, you find Croc buying headache tablets.
I ask Croc if he's heard any rumors going about town about some sort of like spirit of the forest attacking people.
Croc, you have not. You have seen like 30 laborers like frantically returning to the city from various directions. They all looked panicked.
Why do you think I'm buying headache tablets?
Cool, will pat you on the back going, "It's okay, but we're just trying to make a productive use of a couple of hours. We can get to the crux of this now and get behind us."
All right, off to see the king.
You don't need the pills, man.
We'll see.
Alright, so are you all convening to go see the king?
Yes, our whole party.
minus one murder hobo. Yeah.
Cool. You approach the castle, you show them your credentials, you are let in, and you enter the throne room, which is right here.
Ah,
Please put yourself at the bottom.
friends.
Yes, you see a bunch of relatively large-looking things. Please roll me nature to
What,
know
all of
what
them?
they are.
All of them?
If you want to know what the guards are, you don't have to.
Well, Colt will be looking at them because they're guards.
You would know these things look like half dragons.
Colt is like nudging Croc and going, "Mate, they got dragons as actual gods. What the hell?"
Would Croc recognize the
Croc-
half dragon thing just on?
Croc, because of his religion and background, recognizes that these things are indeed half dragons.
Also, snacks will stay outside.
Yeah, fair enough.
The rat, as usual, just hides on Croc.
Yeah, you also notice that the ones nearer the king are slightly more. They look slightly more intimidating. And the king himself looks moderately armored. Well, pretty heavily armored. You also see a large thing behind him. Any of you can roll Arcana?
I mean, I'll roll it, but I don't think Colt would have any idea of what it is or have any interest really. He's gonna be taking in the whole room.
Cole, you notice a thing that looks like it's of a similar. You're not quite sure, but it looks definitely more advanced than like the stuff around here should be.
And just because I'll bond the other two before we go in, so you basically can add a D4 to your stuff.
So I'll add a D4 to that Arcana.
My God, Croc knows so well what it is.
Croc,
Well,
you're like
Colt,
83% sure that that is like an oversized dragon heart of some description, and like you could like it clearly belongs to a massive dragon that you need to assemble somehow.
Sounds good to me.
Colt, the thing in the back looks. With the extra two, you do gain some new information. It looks more advanced than the stuff that you saw on the spaceship you were on.
Literally all he has to add to it is, well, that's new and definitely not natural.
Kato?
Yes?
Do you want to put yourself on the map?
Not really.
But you speak for the trees.
You're
Have
the
to speak for
ambassador.
the trees.
Yeah, I guess. So what do you do?
I'm gonna let Croc do the speaking because I'm just like.
Sure. Let's.
Colt, as we're walking along, Colt would like to size up the people at the back as well, after having looked at these half-dragon creatures. So what are these, and what did you think of the king? What roles should I make?
Make a perception check. You don't think the people directly behind the king look very Oh yeah, geez. You don't think the people look the people like behind the king's throne look very intimidating. You would guess they're probably advisors.
Mm-hmm.
You think the two half dragons that are closest to the king are slightly more powerful than the ones further away. And the king himself looks quite intimidating.
Can I discern if he's similar to the dragons or not? Or if he's something else?
No, you're just gauging. You're just sort of gauging the strength of people.
Yeah, which is something that he likes to do. Right.
You do also notice that there seems to be some like small amounts of light. Like there are traces of light coming between the king and the strange machine. As if it connects them in some way. The king leans forward and says, "So what's this all about then?"
Greetings, Your Majesty.
So you're here on environmental business?
Yes, you could say that. My friend here is a druid who has had the planet has been speaking to him, and apparently there's something real bad going on.
I don't know what that could be.
Can you
Yeah,
remind me, because
cool.
it's been a week since I last heard from the thing that I was told by the planet about this place? What was it specifically?
It's been like 2-3 days.
Yeah, no. I mean, in real life.
Oh, in real life, it has been over a week.
It has been 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks, yes.
What was it specifically the planet said about this particular place?
They're disrespectful to nature.
They're disrespectful in nature, and then last week we found out that they were deforestating, and then that's what Coates told you today.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's essentially the gist that we've got so far.
Kato will shout at the king. The planet is sent us here to call you out for disrespecting nature, which gives you everything you own.
What? We've only been cutting down some forest to make way for the glorious creation.
Glorious creation of what?
Can't you see it? Behind me. This will be part of a grand design.
I can't see anything grand behind you.
It requires space. We don't really need the wood. We just sort of need room. A lot of flat terrain.
Do you not see how that is disrespectful to cut down the trees with no use for them?
It also sounds incredibly wasteful. You could just, move to a desert.
There is one over that way.
Yeah. Then you wouldn't have to hurt any forests.
But the giant spiders live in the desert.
I thought the giant spiders lived in the plains.
They do.
They live everywhere.
They live everywhere. But
this
in
is
the
Space
desert,
Australia. This is Space Australia, to be fair.
They're just more prevalent in the.
But it's only the burrowing giant spiders in the desert.
Yeah, and that's the problem. The grand design needs more stable ground. The sand's too.
What is the grand design going to become when it's finished?
It's an ultimate monument with this at its core.
And what is that?
Ultimate monument to what?
Look. Okay. Sorry, I'm also getting messages from Lawrence. It's a grand design. It'll solve all of our problems. It's a machine.
How will it do that?
It's a kind of factory.
To do what?
Build anything.
The planet itself is asking you to stop doing what you're doing?
Make no mistake, Your Majesty, we are not hearing any sort of Chinese whispers or anything. The planet has told us to take care of great blights on the land, all of which have proven to be true so far. Your own town has learned about the spider plagues that have been occurring on various lands, some of which we have taken care of. This is one of them.
And I thank you for clearing those spiders, but absolutely nothing can prevent us from completing the grand design. It must be done for my people's safety.
When you say your people's safety, elaborate.
Yes, it's all that could prevent. It's all that would keep us safe. If we
On
completed
what?
it, all the giant spiders. Have you not seen them?
Yes, and you have adventurers to deal with that. We've dealt
There's
with
giant
that.
spiders and dinosaurs. Yes, but for how long can the adventurers stand up against these things? We need a permanent solution.
Adventurer sounds like a pretty permanent solution to me. It keeps people in work, keeps people strong, keeps people training and getting better.
Yeah, but it only costs us one adventurer to die, and then where would we be?
You could just
And
have more
adventurers
than
only
one.
live so long.
I wish we had
Yes,
Steve
what
with us.
happens-
He'd be really
Yes,
useful.
but we make new ones, funnily enough.
Yeah,
very
but what if they're
natural
not as
way.
strong as the old ones or the current ones? Look, this is just a guaranteed solution to a problem.
Which causes an even bigger problem in its place.
Because, like, when adventurers fail, and adventurers are usually very expensive as well, then it can have massive repercussions. With this, it would be unstoppable.
Oh, it's actually gonna like give a little side-on glance to one of the dragon gods, like, you hearing this? You're talking about you, you know. You didn't say it out loud. It's a like a sidelong glance gesture.
You would think that these people are not adventurers. They are.
Well, you see,
You're
he sees
almost-
dragon people in armor, and he's just like,
You're almost positive that these people are probably employed by the king, rather than like
So
hired.
this thing
as
is the heart of what they're wanting to do that's causing them to do all the stuff that's a problem, right? That's the
Yeah.
implication I'm getting.
This would be the implication.
Cool.
Look, I hear your
Siege, monster it.
concerns. We
I was-
only need to cut down a small bit more of the forest for the necessary room to be complete.
Siege, monster it.
Oh yeah, oh, you've summoned that. Okay.
My bonus
Yeah.
action is also to do this.
Here we go.
Please can you
okay, I
size
guess
this
we're doing
correctly?
this now.
Everybody roll initiative. The commoners on their sorry, the like nobles on their turn are probably just gonna like run away. They will not bother rolling.
Can you please size my elementals correctly?
Are they one larger, one smaller?
I think they're meant to be large.
There.
Oh no, sorry, they are. We're just on a different side. Yeah, no, sorry, I've messed up.
Yes. Yes, I thought they were correct.
Yeah, no, I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry.
Yeah, the map's grids are like bigger and smaller in
Yeah.
places, but yeah. Anyway, now back to rolling initiative.
Does my elemental get a surprise attack before this starts because it was summoned without them knowing?
1 second.
I can't tell if this is going to plan or not. Because I'm not sure if everyone has the same plan.
I mean, I was thinking that would have been diplomacy mode for a little bit longer before the golems came out, and then the golems came out, and I was like, oh well, we'll fast forward to that bit then.
I'm very sorry. I'm just on the like.
Oh no, it's
It
totally
was
fine.
being-
Like it's totally in character, and I get it. So yeah.
I was super just getting like he is not answering any of the questions that have been asked in a way that actually gives any information. Fuck this guy.
Oh no, you're totally not wrong. I get it. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, yeah, let's fuck this guy up. I mean, Colt is actually irked at the fact that he was like, oh yeah, well, you know, adventurers die and they're expensive, and Colt's like, fuck you, man. We work hard at this shit.
But profits, though.
Nah, but Colt doesn't put a lot of
I also
stock
realized that
in
I'm
money and power
I'm,
in
like,
that.
slightly too far away from this thing to make it.
And then we'll descending order. That'll be you first.
Back to my initial question: the elemental was summoned, and does it get to make its attacks before the initiative starts?
Yeah, sure. That elemental gets some attacks against this thing.
28, 27.
Both of those hit, yes.
So the first one deals 48 damage,
Okay.
and the second one deals 36 damage.
48 and 36. Okay.
Because I double my damage against objects.
And this is bludgeoning damage, correct?
Yeah, it's just slam attack. I can only deal bludgeoning damage.
Is it magical?
It is elemental, so I don't know. Like,
I think
Does
they
that-
do normal.
I don't know. They're just elementals.
Cool.
It doesn't say anywhere, so I would assume it's just normal.
Uh,
But yes,
it,
they deal double damage to it, and then you can tell me they deal half to it because it's resistant
it
to
seems less effective against it than
But
you would think
it
it
seems
would be.
doubly as effective, and then also seems less effective.
Yes, it seems doubly less effective.
Yeah, so you actually only took 24 and 18, which was the number I rolled.
Yes. It also seems like you barely damaged this thing at all with those attacks.
That's fine. I'm just gonna keep wheeling on it until they stop me.
I mean, you have another golem to be. Or I'm taking you've transformed into the golem.
Yeah, I become a golem as well.
Yeah, so you've got that going as well. Reet.
Cool.
Anyway, cool. It's your turn.
Right, beginning. I've got a bit of flavour for this, but I want to see how this is going to go first. So with Onslaught, I have enough speed to move to this guy, and here, but let's see how this goes. I'm going to attack this dude
Mm-hmm.
with the quarterstaff. I have
You're
advantage
attacking-
because of Onslaught.
That guy.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
He gets a con save.
He does?
Stunning strike.
You missed, though.
18.
Yeah, you missed.
Oh, an 18 misses. Sorry, I misheard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, sorry I misheard. Just straight up. I shall try again.
That also misses.
Really? Right.
Yes.
Stuff it. Stuff it. Use a key point for patient defense.
Cool. It happens to be this guy's turn. He's gonna swing his sword at you.
It's advantage because of patient defense.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, and then this one.
So 13, 18. Bloody hell, 23.
So one hits.
So one of them hits.
Cool. Make a con save.
If
Cool.
it'll do it. I know I've rolled it.
Alright, it's
It
just
hasn't gone in yet.
You fail. You are now poisoned.
Alright. Yeah, can you run the rules on that by us real quick?
You have disadvantage to attacks and saves.
Yeah, and
Disadvantage.
ability checks.
Ability check.
It's disadvantage on
was-
attack rolls and ability checks, not saves.
Sorry, it's not
throws.
saves. Yeah, sorry.
Right. Right. And it was six damage on that one, wasn't it? Yeah.
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 Right. Cool.
Kato.
I am gonna burrow my way under everybody to double move to here.
Okay. It's now this guy who is all the way back here.
Who could never make it anywhere.
Yeah, he's quite far away. He's probably, yeah, he can dash and make it to Croc and the rat, and that's all his turn. Rat.
Rat hold action if someone attacks Croc Darkness. And then
Got it.
And you know what Croc's doing. So continue.
Cool. So Croc's turn, then it's this guy.
Wait, what? Okay.
You're distracted, but you see Croc get down on his knees and doing something.
Cool. Croc's gonna try and do that. Anyway, it's this guy who must protect the machine and is gonna go for this golem because he doesn't really know which golem's the important golem to attack.
They both appeared basically at the same time, so
This is true. Go. Oh no, sorry. This is normal.
Yeah.
And then a shot soul.
One of those hit.
16.
Yeah. The six. Actually, sorry. No, 0 of them hit. Good point. So 17 armor class. Sorry.
Fair
Shit
enough.
again. I thought it was 16.
Misses all of his attacks. It's now this guy who is all the way down here and will dash to move up to Croc, but is unable to attack Croc. And it's this guy who will move up
Who also
to...
is slightly.
Yes, he's unfortunately unable to like end his turn in a place that's convenient.
Yeah.
So he will have to dash to... He's gonna surround Croc. He's at least gonna get into an advantageous position. As will this guy, because he's also in the same boat. Of like not really
Ooh.
being...
Look
This
who's
guy-
next. We can have a perfect circle.
Yes, this guy will move in to attack the rat.
The rat is on Croc.
Okay.
So technically he's one space over.
Yeah, so you can attack either the rock, or the thing, or Croc, I believe.
Cool,
Yeah.
then in that case he will attempt to attack Croc because he doesn't know that the rat has readied that action.
So he sees someone in a praying position and is like, I've got to attack this guy.
Yes. 'Cause
Wow.
He came in with the people who are trying to like murder everyone. Or at
I
least
just
stop
imagine
them.
the idea of like a bunch of people coming in and are aggressive. The person lies down on the floor with his hands above his head. Like, get him! He's aggressive too! But sure.
Sure, I mean...
It's fine.
Actually, no. They will attack the rat because Croc is actually just not doing anything.
Sure.
Stab at
Darkness.
rat, and then this is... Actually, no. Same, because they have blind sight.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot about that.
Everything always has blind sight.
23...
He gave you the rat's darkness power, and then everything had blind sight.
This is this is incorrect. I didn't give everything blind sight. I didn't even... These things exist in the game and have blind
No,
sight.
I just think it's really... No, I'm just saying it's very funny that it's like every
I
time
did
he
not-
goes to...
I
Every
did
time
not
he tries to use
intend-
the darkness trick, it's just like, fuck.
In fairness, though, did work really well against the Beholders.
Yeah, no. It's not. It wasn't an actual shot. It was just like it's been very funny that he keeps trying to use this as a trick, and it's always disadvantageous for us most of the time because Stephen gets fucked.
As they're going to
Does it-
attack the rat, can I try to make a persuasion check against them?
Yes,
Croc's
sure.
like, we do not wish to fight. Please do not harm us.
Make a persuasion.
God, please.
They'll buy it. They won't attack you. In this case, they'll just like move basically to there instead. They'll just like run past you essentially instead of attacking. This guy will dash to get up to Colt. And that is gonna be all of their turns. It's now the Earth Elemental.
First attack on the machine.
Using this
24
machine.
hits. I assume.
It does, yes.
For 13 doubled to 26, half to 13.
Half to 13, yes. You deal the normal amount of damage you deal, essentially.
And that one ends up being 20 after all of our shenanigans.
Yes. It's up and down, right back to where we started. Okay, so that drops down.
Just like punching away at this thing while your guy tries to stab him and just keeps missing.
There we go. It still looks relatively undamaged.
Fine.
It's now the king, who must protect the machine at all costs. So we'll move here,
Uh-huh.
and he's gonna make some attacks.
Okay.
And he will Great Weapon Master. And he's gonna try and kill this thing. Protect the machine. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to... Ah! Sweet! He crit with his Wolfful Greatsword, but he got a 20 on it. So he cuts your head off. Ooh, you're right, Lawrence, who is in the other room but is muted.
Yes, they have to make a dex save, I believe.
Does it work on things?
You have a head, therefore it works.
But I'm not a humanoid. Oh well.
Hang on. 20 an attack roll. You cut the creature's head off. If the creature can't survive without a lost head, no, you don't need to make a dex save. It just cuts your head off.
Because elementals can survive.
Elementals can, however, survive without a dex save. Sorry, without the head, which means
But there's a bunch of damage about to come in.
Yes,
so...
there is a bunch of extra damage that's about to come. You take an additional...
So, how much damage total is that I'm taking here?
You take an extra... On top of the 4 attacks that you landed, you take an additional 29 damage as a large chunk of your rock is cut off.
Cool.
All of this is
I'm gonna ask, so all of this is all magical, right?
Yes.
Good to know, good to know. So, totals I'm looking at here. I just need a total number.
Cool. 1 second. I can do that for you. I assume all of those hit?
Yeah, nothing there missed. I just need to know how much damage carries over to my body.
Body.
157 damage total.
Cool.
Jesus.
Cool.
That's a vocal
become
ouchie.
Kato again. Let's go. Wait.
And that is his turn.
Is that
He
it?
did.
That's all he did?
All he could do was a pitiful, like, over 100 damage.
A pitiful 4 hits and 2 crits.
Yeah.
He's had one turn of combat, and he's already dwarfed all the damage that we've ever done.
This is accurate. You see that the light from the machine is pouring into him.
Okay.
Hmm.
Question: does he look alive?
Um, yes.
Thanks, it's good to know.
Although it does appear that like weird tendrils of light are coming from him and going into the machine.
Yeah.
Or
That's not
vice
important. Just
versa.
is he alive? That's the words that matter.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Go this guy. Oh, Colt. Sorry, no, it's
I was
Colt.
going to
Colt,
say I
it's
didn't
your
get my
turn.
turn there.
What do you do, Colt? The
Well,
king
I-
has like really shat up your friend.
Yeah, that is just a. Oh shit! This is kind of a done goof. To try and get to him, he's still gonna have to try and push through these guys, though.
Oh, he
Um,
forgot to use his bonus action to throw his animated shield in the air. Oh no, that's on his back.
Oh no.
What is that? The king?
Yeah, the
Is that
king.
the king?
The king has an
Yeah.
animated shield, but he hasn't used it yet because he didn't use his bonus action because I
Mm.
forgot about it.
I've
Too
got
excited by the
disadvantage. Is that right?
crits.
I've got disadvantage. Is that right?
Yes, because you're poison to attack things. Yes.
Hmm. And I can't move away because I'll get an opportunity off of these two. So he's going to try
You
and
can
use his stuff.
disengage if you want to move away.
But that would use your
It-
action.
It
So
would cost your action. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or
Wait,
you can
aren't
just
you
hope that neither of them hit you.
aren't you a rogue?
No, he's a
no, he's a
I'm a monk.
yeah, he's a monk.
Oh,
Yeah.
why
I
was
do have action. I do have
me-
He's
action
using
surge
a
though.
lot of key points. I don't know if you've noticed.
my brain turned off.
Is it? Yeah, I'm just gonna go with me initial plan of still trying to push through to get this king. He's gonna take an attack at the first guy. Yeah, looks at the cut where he's been poisoned and goes, I never learned how to undo that. You're pretty strong. I'm not going down. And he'll continue trying to attack,
You have disadvantage
even though
on
the
any
first
attack.
one didn't go too well.
Joseph have sent you a question.
Missed, misses.
Second attack.
Uh, uh,
17. I'm going to use
Also
focused
misses.
aim. I'm going to use focused aim. That uses a key point to bump it up by 2. 19. Does that hit?
does a 19 hit who? The dude in the armor in
Big
front of you?
Half dragon.
Big dude who, big half dragon dude who I was trying to attack in the first place.
No, not that guy.
A 19 still doesn't hit him.
No.
Patient defense then.
His armor looks a little nicer than the guy behind you use armor. But okay, then it's his turn. And he's gonna try and stabbeth at. Actually, he's gonna disengage and move over to here to try and prevent the rock golem from doing stuff
Mm-hmm.
in future turns. Kato, your move.
I'm gonna step to here
Okay.
and cast anti-life shell.
Okay. Anti-life spell.
So now nothing that's alive can come near me.
You got it. No living thing can approach you.
Which, as my question went, you've told me that includes the king. Good. And I believe I'm gonna healing word. No, I can't healing word because I've used the spell. I have no bonus actions left because I used all my wild shapes to become that elemental that died really quickly. I passed turn.
Cool. So everyone... So Kato might survive this. Now it's this guy who is gonna run past you, Croc. and is just gonna dash to try and defend the machine because that's the important thing. Yeah, he's gonna move to there. His turn. Now it's the rat.
Just
What does the
just
rat
keep
do?
going. I guess dodge.
Cool. Croc. You don't. You get a feeling that you need to separate the king from the machine. Somehow.
Sure.
That is the feeling you get. Sever his connection.
Okay. Having thoughts. Won't do anything right now.
Cool.
You're not going to attempt to banish him now.
I don't have banish.
Oh, okay. Unfortunate.
This guy who's gonna attack the big boy. Stabby, 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 stab. Is it immune to poison?
It is immune to poison.
Then it's fine
It's
and acceptable
also
with
immune
damage.
to all your damage.
Oh, it has immunity to
Slashing damage.
slashing damage. Fair enough. They realize it does nothing.
Because unfortunately, unlike the king, your weapons are not magic.
This is accurate. Then it's this guy who just runs to there. Then it's this guy who is gonna run to. Actually, he's gonna go here and actually attack Buddy. Good old Colt.
Yeah, patient defense, and so he's got disadvantage.
Yeah.
One hit?
Is that a 13, a 10, an 8, and a 21?
21.
Yeah, I assume the
21
21 is
does.
the one that hits for 10 damage.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah. And then it is this guy who will do basically the same thing. He'll flank you, though, with this other guy.
Yeah,
make
so
it
that makes
normal.
it normal.
Yeah, to make it normal, yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Do any of those
Is
hit?
that a 12, a 14, a 16, and an 18? No.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
Cole dodges all of those.
And it's this guy who is more concerned with trying to interrupt whatever the druid is doing, not really understanding how magic works. So gets
It's
to
10 feet away from me
here
and stops.
and then stops because he is unable to get any further.
Like, hits a wall. It looks like one of those, like, bird runs into a glass wall things.
Yes. Then it is this boy who is going to attack you. He's not flanking because no one's on the opposite side of you, so he just attacks normally.
Disadvantage.
Normally with disadvantage because you're patient. Defense.
Yeah, he's just got
That
disadvantage.
is what I meant.
This is the
yes.
dude who's on the bottom, isn't he?
Yes.
Fuck.
Bloody hell. 2 of them hit. For 18
Yes.
altogether.
You take 18 damage from that guy. Now it is the Earth Elemental, who I presume is going to continue to wail on this thing.
I assume those both hit a static object.
No.
It
This is a very
literally doesn't move.
Yes. I mean, sorry, no. It hits. It does nothing though, as its AC is higher.
And I rolled real bad for my damage.
Like you hit the object but do no damage because it has high AC. It's like
ends up only
punching
taking 10 bludgeoning damage.
takes 0 damage because none of those actually hit.
The 19 didn't hit the random static thing. That's not
No,
how AC
the
works.
19 did not.
Literally not.
That's kind of how AC works. That's how like wearing armor works. Like,
Like that.
adamantine bricks are hard to hit, not because they're
Siege
physically
launcher
hard to
punches
hit.
object goes, does not affect me.
Yeah, but that's not how AC works. It's literally just
Static
not how
objects can't have high AC.
Yes, they
It's
can.
always my opinion about static objects. You know it's my opinion about static objects.
Mithril and Adamantium both have like real high AC. I think both are over 20. One's like 21 and one's 23.
No, I don't know how if I'm sure I had this conversation with you two before, where I'm like, they should just have really high HP. Is always been my
That
it's
would
always
make
been my
more
complaint
sense
about
if it's.
static objects.
Yeah, that would make
But
more
yeah,
sense.
I think the high AC kind of makes sense. Otherwise, I don't understand how like plate armor works. Because the whole point of it is you're putting something on that's really durable instead of something that helps you dodge
The
stuff.
point is because you can use it to deflect weapons away from you. The
Yeah,
but
static things don't have that effect.
Yeah, but it's equally useful in the fact that if you get hit with a sword and you're wearing plate armor, like the fact that the metal is very strong is also a massive factor in the whole you won't die thing.
Yeah. I'm just on
'Cause-
the. I've had this. I think we've had this discussion before. Where I'm still just on the like. A static object should just be have its HP increased because it literally can't avoid being hit by things.
Anyway, it does not matter. You don't actually hit the thing.
Upside,
high.
I was wrong, Graham. I do have that. So, that's something.
You just
Anyway,
wasted the last turn then.
Yeah.
it is the king's turn, who will use his bonus action to throw his animated shield up. He cannot approach you, so will instead walk around here to attack your golem.
He has not reached the golem. 5, 10, 15, 20,
He will
25, 30,
dash
35,
there
40,
to.
45,
He'll
50.
use his movement to dash there to get to where the golem is. So next turn he can attack the golem.
Yeah,
Seeing that he
that's-
cannot actually reach you. Go, Colt. It's your turn. You're surrounded by a bunch of people who've been stabbing
There's no taking the disengage action in this situation. Is there
you
like I can't
can
go like
still-
that way?
You can still disengage and just leave. Yes.
Yeah,
That
if you
is the-
disengage, you disengage from everyone.
Yes. If you use your action, you can just run away.
There's one thing
Or-
I kind of want. There's
Or
one
as
thing
a
I kind
monk,
of want
you
to
can
do, but
use your bonus action to disengage because
This
you
is
can
true.
use
Yeah.
you can pay a key point to do it.
yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's one thing I kind of want to do, but it's kind of evil.
What do you want to do? Oh
It's
yeah.
kinda
By this
it's kind
point,
of evil. And I don't think
these
Colt would do
nobles
it.
have long since ran away.
Yeah, they've all buggered off.
They have all ran away as soon as the fighting broke out.
You know, it's times like this where I miss Steve to be a meat shield.
Steve was a great
Yeah.
meat shield.
If one of us had clairvoyance, we could have just went, fuck it, we're just going to throw him in first.
We should have brought him transformed into an animal form and just thrown him at the king.
Yeah. Yeah, like, surprise! Fling a squirrel at him.
Have you-
Weirdly, that was my
Uh,
plan if he'd not like fucked off in a way that meant he kept getting captured.
Yeah, yeah. There is that. Fuck it, I'm going to do a thing. It's slightly evil, and you probably wouldn't. I don't know. This is quite a shitty situation. You probably would just to try and diffuse the situation. So when you use the disengage, you essentially use a movement action, so you can move anywhere, can't you? Within your movement speed. Is that right? So
No, you
anywhere
use
within
your-
55 feet of me, I can move.
You just
No.
use your normal movement.
Yeah,
but when
you-
you disengage, enemies no longer can take opportunity attacks against you. That's all a disengage does. When you leave their
Right.
like
So
aggressive
then,
space.
if I use a disengage action, I still have my movement action,
Yes.
and
Nice.
then I still have action surge and key features for bonus action stuff as
You
well.
still
Yeah.
have your normal action. Yes.
You still have all your normal abilities.
Do you-
It's just you've used
Yeah,
your
do
first
you-
action.
You've used your bonus action. To
No, he's used his action.
Oh, you're using your action.
Right,
alright.
so I'll use disengage to get out of this, movement action to jump to where the king is,
Mhm.
The other comment
And
is, remember, you could use your bonus action with a key point to disengage for a bonus action, so you still have your action and your action surge.
Yes.
By using, is it Step of the
I
Wind?
like in my head, I was kind of like it's 6 and 2 threes, but I'll just do it that way.
Sure.
Use step with the wind to just straight out of there, and movement action to get to there.
Remember, you can't. You couldn't. Actually, sorry, no. With action surge, you could flurry of blows for the action surge one. Yeah, that's a good point.
So, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, we had a conversation about that the other week, didn't we? That you can't action surge into flurry of blows. You can action surge into extra attack.
No. The reason you couldn't action surge into flurry of blows was because you had already used your bonus action.
All right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is I thought that's what was said.
Anyway,
but he's gonna.
use his bonus action.
Yeah, I've used my bonus action for step with the wind to use the disengage function of that.
Yeah.
Movement action to get there, and I'm going to start attacking this dude. But he's actually going for the grapple, so he's putting his quarterstaff over the guy's head and trying to pull him in for a choke with the quarterstaff to
Alright, so
drag him
you're
away to try and.
You're trying to grapple the
Yeah.
king, is what you're telling me.
It's a roll to hit, isn't it? And if it's hit it, then they get a strength check. Is that right?
No,
Yeah,
it's a strength. It's contested strength.
It's
for grapple.
opposed. It's opposed. You can roll athletics. He will roll either athletics or acrobatics to oppose you. He will choose to roll athletics.
Quick question, Joseph. How much would you charge for +1 adamantine plate mail?
What the fuck?
To answer, he's a champion fighter. He's very good athletics. He's a remarkable athlete.
I'm a monk with proficiency in it as well.
He has like proficiency and like 0.5 of an extra proficiency.
I was gonna say it looks with a +14. That looks like he's got expertise.
It's
He's got a feat that gives him that or something like that.
It's a feature of his class. Gives him like half of his proficiency bonus into extra skills. All the strength, con, and dexterity based skills he gets a bonus to.
Yeah,
what were
this
you
guy's
asking
strong.
for, Lawrence?
How much would you charge for +1 adamantine plate mail, given that base plate mail costs 1,500 gold average?
I don't know.
Like
I'll get back to you.
50,000. It's like 50,000.
I'll get back to you in a bit
Okay.
once things have occurred. He resists your grapple attempt.
I'll use action. You can use action surge for a second attempt at
Yep.
this, can't you?
Yeah.
I'll make another attempt.
Cool.
It's a +6 versus a +14. But nat ones do happen.
That was pretty
He
close.
Still just beats it out. Yeah,
This
he's
is
just
true.
straight up too fucking strong.
He's
He's just straight up too damn strong.
He's a strong boy.
Well, that's my turn done. It's everything I can do.
Then it's this guy who is going to attempt to destroy this golem, but through new means. Go. He's gonna have to wiggle around as to not hit certain things. He's gonna clip his friend. Oh well. Can the thing the stone golem make a dexterity saving throw?
The earth elemental will make a dexterity saving throw.
That's 76 because I did the wrong thing. Oh well. Cool. That's 28 fire damage because he failed the save. And also these two will also make the save. Boop.
I take that amount of damage.
And the king gets his dex save. Boop. King fails. King takes some damage.
I take it he's going to turn onto that half dragon and go off with his head.
Funny
I
enough,
was
I was
fine,
thinking
it was-
something similar.
You dare burn me?
It was all in defense of the machine. So it's
The
fine.
machine is only important. They're all weird cultists for this terrible machine.
These people bought Cyberpunk 2077 on launch.
It was a worthy investment. Trust me.
Oh shit!
It's
you
fine
didn't do
now.
that, did you?
It's fine now. Trust us.
Yeah, they've solved most of the issues. It only glitches out horribly occasionally. It's barely runnable now on low settings.
What more could you ask for?
God.
Yeah. But then. Almost. Okay. It's now next person's
It's Kato's turn.
turn. Kato, what are you doing?
Uh,
Ooh, also, I need to make a note of something else. Ooh. You notice when the fire connects with the space in between the king and the machine, the light connecting the king to the machine dims a significant amount.
So just when anything was between them?
No, it seemed when the fire hit the light.
Specifically fire hit light.
Yes.
Or just something hits the light specifically rather than just... I think I get what you mean.
You are unsure at the moment. The light
I-
seems to be dimmer now.
Dumb question. If I were to heat metal, the large egg thing,
You can attempt to heat metal, the large egg thing.
would
That's
that
gonna-
deal damage to the structure?
You will find out if and when it occurs.
Trying to decide what to do.
And I will tell you this: something will happen if you heat metal that.
Okay, something will occur. Good to know.
Cause and effect.
None of those seem useful. None of those seem great either. Is that a concentration spell? I am just going. I think I'm just gonna keep swinging at the thing from inside my bubble.
Okay. So you're gonna swing at it.
30 to hit.
You do indeed.
Uh,
Hit this
for 16 damage.
Cool.
How damaged does this thing look?
Barely hurt still.
I'm guessing I'm doing the wrong thing, but I don't really have an out at this point that will keep me alive.
Go.
If the giant siege weapons I threw at it to begin this didn't do a dent, I don't know what will. That's the problem.
This thing who's gonna try and breathe fire on Kato.
Ah,
Make a dex save.
you've seen through my cunning plan.
Life can't come near, but the fire, on the other hand.
15 plus. Do I still get a D4?
Yes. Oh wait, no, because you're too far away.
Alright, okay, so just 15.
Fails. You take the full amount of 27 fiery damage.
Mm-hmm. That hurts. That hurts a
It's
bit.
now the rat.
Rat does nothing. Croc
Croc.
actually does something. Moves to here. Can Kingman give me a charisma save?
can the king give you a charisma save?
The
He
king,
can
who is a
give
man.
a charisma save. This is true. I suppose.
I suppose that's a thing that can indeed happen.
15.
He is banished.
He will indomitable this. Come on, 3. Oh well. He
Bye-bye.
is okay. So an interesting thing occurs. Boop, 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 boop. What's the range on the banishment spell, real quick?
Give me a second.
60.
60, yeah.
Do 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 do. No reason. So, your spell.
Oh, yeah, I realise it. That there wouldn't work, so I would have had to have gone a bit closer. Oh, no.
Very well. Your spell hits the king.
Mm-hmm.
The king fails the spell, and you
You
see.
could have hit it from where you were, by the way.
Could I?
You can. Yeah, you can hit the king from where you were.
Cool.
From.
He was. Yeah.
Sorry, I had him a little bit. Yeah, he has to be like a square further forward rather than moving to where he moved to. So if you go 3 squares to your left, you're still in range.
So yeah, that about there, I think, would be right with the movement.
So you banish the king, but when you try to, you see that your magic, as it hits the king, it pulsates through the light that connects the king to the machine.
So we banish the machine.
No. You see this machine begins spinning and whirring very fast, and the magic sort of begins expanding off of the machine. As if, like, the spell has been mega empowered by it. Everything within 60 feet of the machine, including the machine, is banished. For a minute.
Do we not all get
Doesn't,
saves? It just
doesn't
auto
everything get
fails?
charisma saves?
You can all make charisma saves.
Oh, good.
You know what I mean? Charisma save.
I
You
mean, it's
do all
not
get
great,
charisma.
but let's try. Kato fails.
Well, I've failed. Croc is the last one standing.
Let's see if these two
Elemental
make
probably
a
fails.
charisma, and then the weaker ones need to make all their charisma saves. They just make them normally, but I think they all. Oh no! What's your spell save DC, Croc?
70, and so one of them succeeded.
Yeah, it's slightly increased because of the machine. It bumps your The machine, I'm sure as you've guessed, increases the potency of magic by a slight amount. One of them does pass because they weren't rolling with disadvantage. The one who got the 20.
Right.
The rest of them are all banished. So yes, Croc, you're now in an empty room essentially.
An empty room with one guy.
With one guy who's just... It's like this guy who's just like right next to you. Like this guy right here.
That theoretically has removed the link between the king and the thing.
Yeah,
Exactly, because the banishment spell sends them to...
it sends them to
different
separate
realm,
places.
so will it-
Yeah.
Yeah, it sends them to separate places.
This is potentially true.
Either demi-planes or if they're from somewhere else.
This is potentially true.
And
My elemental's not coming back.
off to the plane of
the
Earth.
machine and the king are not a form in this plane of existence. They don't come back.
So, Croc,
If-
what do you do with this guy who's just standing here for like a minute?
I'm just gonna be like, look. Honestly, I don't know what's going on.
You just... That was our plan. It's gonna be for the peace of the kingdom and all. He looks very sad.
everyone was fighting. Sorry, I think.
King was acting a bit strange ever since he picked up that machine.
They'll be back in a minute. Maybe everything will be fine.
Yeah, and then everyone except from the golem poofs back into existence. Should I just delete the golem, Graham?
Yeah, just delete the golem.
Cool. Everyone poofs back into existence when I assume it gets back to Croc's turn.
Well, yeah, I suppose
After a minute.
I can drop it early as well, I suppose.
You notice that
if you drop it early, the elemental comes with, but yeah, otherwise.
you notice that the king appears on top of the machine in a different location.
Mm-hmm.
Light still connects him and the machine. Although it is equally dim as it was before. Croc, do you want to do anything?
You know what, I'm gonna roll a dice and see.
You just leave. Cool, Croc's plan is to just leave. It's this guy who is gonna be very confused. He's gonna actually wait for the king's orders because he has no clue what's happening anymore. A lot of these guys are gonna do that. The king then says, "Arrest these traitors! They're trying to take the machine! Get your wits back together with you!"
Please stop your king. He's trying to destroy this place.
And then the king will hop down here, back off the machine. Maybe walk over here. Colt, your turn.
Yeah, Colt's going for the whole. Alright, I was a bit too weird. This is getting out of hand. We've had a misunderstanding. My druidic friend, I think we should reconsider our course of action. And he puts his staff to the ground and one hand up plaintively. And I guess, in terms of game mechanics, dodge action.
Yeah.
If anyone tries to come and jump on us.
You should probably run for it if you're going to do that rather than just standing where you are.
Are you gonna run? Or are you gonna surrender?
Just.
He'd sooner try to let everyone cool off before just straight up going, "Wait, I said I'm booking it." He'd sooner
who would do that?
He'd sooner do the former.
Fair enough.
So you'll back off if my computer will let me move him.
Sure. If that's your turn, this guy's gonna come around here and do nothing. Keijo, because he has to like run around all of his friends and stuff. It's your move.
Thanks for telling me that one. What do I want to do here? How far does that get?
I mean, you could always try casting heat metal on the machine. Something would
I
happen.
mean, I kind of want to cast confusion like near the machine.
That would be interesting.
Just to try and confuse everyone.
Everyone gets confused. What are you gonna do when the odds are stacked against you?
Fuck it, I'm casting confusion at the machine.
Okay, the magic travels around the machine. Its various rings begin to spin and whir. Everybody needs to make a save against confusion.
Everybody who's within range make a wisdom saving throw.
What's your spell save DC, by the
what's
way?
the range?
'Cause,
My DC is 16.
okay, so that's bumped up to
What?
okay.
I assume
you-
I'm in range.
So it's you. It depends. What's the range of confusion? Actually, no,
The
it's 90
initial
feet.
Yeah,
range
that's
is
what I'm
the initial range is like the
Yeah.
act. Sorry,
You are within range of the
yeah. So it's like a
machines.
10 feet radius. So it should
10
get
feet?
everybody with this. Yeah, it's 10 feet radius, and then it's bumped up by whatever his thing does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody who's not Andrew is in range.
I fail my own wisdom save.
Now
20?
the king makes a wisdom save.
Oh god damn it!
The king actually passed, and so did Colt.
God damn it!
And the best part is they only passed by the literal. They only just passed. That's the great bit. And now it's these two who both fail. And then it's these 6 who.
Oh god, one of them passed.
One of them passed, the rest all failed.
plus-
Everybody except from Colt, the king, and one of the random dragon guards are all confused.
So at
Oh,
the
actually, no,
beginning,
sorry. The king has to make it a disadvantage because the light still connects him and the machine.
sorry, yeah.
Oh, doesn't
Fuck
matter.
off.
He manages to resist the effect even though the light connects him.
Reaction self-rebirths. I don't have that.
I do, but
Uh,
I'm far too far away.
Everybody's confused.
Okay.
This
So,
guy who is
roll a
confused.
d10.
Bu- 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 I just. bu- 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 8.
On an 8. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature next to it.
It stabs its friend, I guess. Yeah, have at thee. He misses. Rat. What's the rat doing?
I believe the rat is actually on Croc.
Yes.
Yes,
Brock, what is the rat doing?
it is motioning that it is running away, but it is not running away because it's on its shoulder.
Croc, what are you doing? You've just seen a big blast of magic come from where the machine is again. Although this time everything didn't disappear. Things just got more confusing. You ran away a snap. It's now this guy who is also under the effects of confusion. So 6.
On a 6, the creature does not move or take actions.
Cool. Then it's this next guy who is there. That's a normal one. Who gets a 8. So he attacks a random guy, right?
Yep, he attacks a random person next to him.
He misses.
God
Then
damn it,
it's
guys.
this guy, who is the one who passed, who is just gonna try and like grapple
His friend is just attempt to stab him.
Yeah, he's gonna
Like-
try and pin him to the ground. So it's opposed athletics checks for both of them. So he manages to pin his friend to the ground. Then it's this guy who gets a 7.
Attacks his closest friend.
He stabs the guy next to him and crits him. Oh, this is going well. This is going very well. Well, it certainly is causing a great deal of confusion. So he's on that much. Alright. It's now this guy who is also still confused. 3.
Takes no actions. No movement, no actions.
And then it's this guy who got a 10.
A 10 means you can act and move normally.
Cool. Well, he just got stabbed by his friend, so he's also gonna just try and restrain his friend. So that's another double. He fails to restrain his friend. It's now the king who's like, "Why are all of you? Oh, curse your evil magics!" And he's gonna say, he's gonna begin moving to yeah, he's gonna dash to get to here.
Hmm.
Colt, it's your move. Everyone's
look-
confused except from seemingly you, the king, and one person. And,
you know that
and,
you know the poison I
technically
had earlier.
This guy seems like he's not confused because he got a
Just
10.
just out of curiosity, you know that poison earlier.
Mhm.
You know, how there's like loads of different versions where like the poison lasts for X amount of time or requires like another saving throw or something like that. Is there anything like that for this one,
This
or is it
poison,
just
this
con
poison
save and then
will-
poison till long rest?
This
Is that a
this
minute?
poison lasts a certain amount of time. I will tell you when the poison has ended.
Yeah, because
I thought I'd ask because the banishment ate up a minute. That's all.
yeah, the lowest one's usually a minute, so it's like if it was over, it would have been over.
Yeah, that's why I was
So it's
asking,
obviously
just to be
not that
sure.
one.
You know what? Colt's thinking this is like quite an unwinnable situation. Surprise, surprise.
Mhm.
And to try and get us all out of this without getting either imprisoned or killed. Can I actually go behind this machine, or is it like flush to the wall?
I think you're a monk, right? So you can
Yeah.
like run along surfaces.
Yeah, I
You
can
can-
like wall
Uh,
run
y-
around this like outer edge.
Yeah, you can make it past the machine essentially with some running up and down walls.
Gonna go to Kato. Very sorry for this in advance. Sorry, I'll roll that twice.
Are you just trying to
I'll roll
like?
that twice.
Okay.
There's an 18 hit.
Uh,
Kato.
No.
Yes or no?
Neither of those hit.
yeah. I didn't think they would.
Also,
Also, can you get close to Kato?
Yeah.
Isn't he anti-lifed?
Yes, you can.
Oh, has it run out?
I would like to point out that I was banished for my effectively for the
Oh,
spell
right,
duration, and then I
Yeah, that
cast
makes sense
Confusion.
then. So it has indeed run out.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. Because I was gonna say that's switched off. Use focus aim to bump that to a 20.
That one
Does
hits.
that land? Can you roll a con save for stunning strike?
16?
That does that fail? I think that just fails.
How much damage did I take? Okay, so
You
I'm
take
almost
7.
dead. Good.
It's a 7. Literally, all he's doing is like zipping up behind you, giving you a quick jab to the back of the neck to stun you. So that
Confusion
16 just
stays up.
fails.
Does confusion end? Sorry.
Confusion stays up.
Ah, fair enough.
Confusion
would-
stays up. So after not knocking Kato out, he'll try to bundle him under his arm. Again, hand out towards the king, going, "All right, we've made our points. Had a misunderstanding. We're gonna stop."
All right.
What does the king do?
Yeah, he says, "Get out of my sight."
And
Don't
Colt will
return.
waste no time. with Kato under his arm, you use Step of the Wind and a dash action to bolt out of the room and take Kato and go and find Croc.
Cool. You see the king, like, as you're running away, you see the king getting as close to the machine as possible.
Yeah,
Wow.
Courtler's like gonna go around again, taking Kato with him. Is going like around like this outer edge and then straight down.
Cool. You two managed to just run out of this place. Got it. So.
Well, if the king's all right to let we don't die, and we don't face the gallows like Steve is. That's Kato. That's Court's thinking.
So you've reconvened with each other just outside. What's up?
Kicks in a door. Death sentence. Attacks the king. Ah, you can go.
It's almost like the king was worried about something.
But Court's thinking, if we stayed in there any longer, we were definitely dead. Can't do anything. Can't save the planet if we're dead. After we get outside, I think Stunning Strike would have wore off. So.
Let me at him. Had him right where I wanted him.
Courtler's actually like, he's really trying not to hit you again. He goes, listen, there's an unwinnable situation in there. Those deforestation, planet-destroying bastards are way too powerful. They're way too strong. Most of us couldn't even hit them. When you're dealing with very powerful enemies, you have to pick your time. Their time will come. But it may well not be today. So take a knee, take a breath, and we'll figure this out. And he like chucks you down on the ground. I take it we're outside, like in the streets at this point.
You guys will be. Everybody roll perception checks.
Sorry, Graham, what was Kato going to say there?
Oh, nothing. That just doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just a jibe about how he never missed anyone.
Kato.
That's why Cole said most of us couldn't hit them most of the time.
Kato, you notice that it's very strange. Like, there are no birds around here anymore. Like, you heard birds when you came in here. There are no birds anymore. It's also strange. You've noticed that the clouds have seemingly formed unnatural shapes. They seem to uniform.
Kato starts to turn around to head back. And then it's like, I am almost dead. So, like, it feels like they're, like, whatever that thing is has, like, warped this place already.
It feels to you that that thing is currently... Whatever's happening, it is getting worse. Or has been made significantly worse by recent events.
I point out that this is killing this place and that we need to end it as quickly as we can. But I get that we may have went in a little bit unprepared.
Exactly, but now that we're out here and we're still breathing, we can recuperate, we can get strong, and then settle the matter. We can do something about this. I agree with you, Kato. We do need to stop those guys, but we weren't going to do it that way.
We were going about it the wrong way. I had 2 earth elementals hitting that thing and it didn't budge. What is that thing made of?
I don't know.
On
Those
Obtainium.
gods were way too strong. Those gods were way too strong, stronger than anyone I've ever fought. I've fought some tough guys, Jesus.
We should really. It felt like we really needed some way to. I think I'm just gonna like dejectedly wander off into the wilderness at this point to go find somewhere to like collapse.
Literally, the only like string Colt has left to pull on is he goes. Now he pulls out his grappling hook and swings it as he thinks, in a sort of like, thinking gesture, and goes. The person who made this for me said that there's a wizard outside of town. A sort of like loner. They are native to the town, but they don't associate with it. Maybe they know something about the machine or how to stop it, or some way of thinking our way out of this. Maybe they would be enough.
We don't do well with thinking usually.
That's why I'm saying we should go and see if this wizard is opposed to this king. We don't know whether he is or isn't.
Whenever Croc
It's
thinks about
something to
things,
try.
I mean, you look around and Croc's not there.
Where has Croc gone?
Croc has left.
Say,
Croc's
Colt
left
made a point of going to
town,
find
or-
Croc.
No,
Colt
you
made,
don't
when
know
Colt
right
ran
now.
Out, he made a point of looking for you.
Yeah, no. Kato's wandering off into the wilderness to go find somewhere to like sleep that's not in this fucking town.
Got it. Croc has gone somewhere. Kato has wandered off into the wilderness.
Kato has went somewhere.
So, Colt, where are you
So,
going?
he's going to go for a stroll around the town, but see if any of the goblins are around.
Cool. You see a couple of goblins.
Do I
here.
find any of the goblin troop?
You'll
ask each of the goblins if they've seen Croc anywhere,
Croc,
and
which way?
Not
Croc.
only will he ask them if they've seen Croc, but he'll also tell them to regroup outside the city at the base camp where we were before for each one he sees.
Croc, which way did you head out of the city?
Over this bridge.
Cool. This goblin informs you that Croc left in that sort of a direction.
The west side.
Yeah. And then says, sure, we can regroup there. And they all head back to form their rest pile.
Both will go to find Croc.
Fair enough.
Let me get this right. We didn't see Croc at all on our way out of there.
He'd left before you exited.
Alright, so even after we
wouldn't
walked out, you weren't like in the
Yeah.
courtyard or anything.
He won't be super far ahead of you, because like the only real time you spent was that short conversation you had, so he'll probably be that far ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Kato's gonna go partially bury himself somewhere in some soft soil and try and communicate with the planet.
Kato, you hear the planet say, soon help will come. Look to the lantern in a dire moment. That is the message it leaves for you.
Kato's not good with riddles.
Planet will elaborate and say,
No, I get it. I just think it's funny.
fair enough. Kato just doesn't. It's sure. Planet gives riddle. Kato doesn't know. Got it.
He always leaned on Croc for the intelligence.
Croc, how far would you have been going, or would you just been running?
Essentially just, running out into the wilderness. Just away from everything for a bit.
Fair enough.
Croc needs time to
So I
think.
take it I don't find him.
It depends how long do you keep going.
Not far, far enough that I can still see the city.
Croc, how far do you go?
I mean, I would say a bit further than that because he's going essentially the opposite of what you said till he can't see the city.
Colt, give me a
Well-
perception check, because he wasn't be too far ahead of you, and you're pretty fast. Actually, what's Snack's movement speed?
I'll have to check.
And what's
13,
Colt's
my movement speed. 55, and
And what's Snack's?
Sadly only 30.
Oh, Colt, you actually just catch up with him? He's
There-
riding Snacks.
Bear in mind that you did have the time of asking around.
This is
yeah,
true.
I had that as well. So, like, I would. What? How big of a
This is
penalty
true.
do
but
you say that?
he is in fact almost twice as fast as you. Sure.
Well,
You
all that
do,
you'll hear
you
is
do
him.
see Croc you see Croc and he's wandering off on Snacks's back.
Oh, my voice is giving out. It's not gonna like this. He goes, "Okay, wait up."
Croc, you hear
Do you
a
have
voice
anything to
behind
say
I
you.
mean-
before you?
Like, you're gonna catch up anyways, so you eventually catch up with Croc.
Do you continue to
If
ignore
you're not,
him, Croc?
if you're just gonna ignore him,
He doesn't really respond. He's just like, no, I need time to think.
Think Croc time must occur.
okay, I shall respect that. Things did go bad in there. Colt will turn around, in order to start going back towards the town, but he will say, "Just so you know, we all got out alive. All right."
Just like you
I'll
see
you
him
back at the
like nodding along.
I'll be back at the Goblin camp when you're ready, if and or when, and they'll just head towards back to the town.
Fair enough.
Uh,
I think that's
one-
pretty
one-
good.
One last little thing he'll do before we end is go to the prison, see Steve, tell him everything that happened, tell him he's going to be staying in the prison because he's going to get put back in again, and then go to the Goblin camp.
Sure. Well, that's a pretty good place to end. I hope you guys have enjoyed as much as you can.
That
Players
encounter
enjoyed,
was-
characters depressed.
Yeah, players enjoyed, characters. Ah!
My character has buried himself in soft mud. Like, that's how bad this has went.
Mm. My character's that knocked at how strong those enemies were. He gets a hold of his like goblin protege and goes, "Training now!" And he goes off into like a clearing.
Doing a Rocky 3 training montage.
Oh,
Well, he's trying to do as much as he can. It's like it's more of a Vegeta in the time chamber type of affair. It's like every second counts. Train till your bones crack.
So just so you know, Croc is about to do something, because
Mhm.
I'll put it in these very simple terms. Bahamut didn't work. Now Tiamat. So being good didn't work out. So basically, there's gonna be some people murdered soon.
Next week will be
Ooh.
fun.
Next week will be fun.
Make sure you keeping like update how many guards are keeping an eye on Lawrence's character.
Oh, yeah.
Those poor innocent men.
I've got a question. Do they like tea?
There's no such thing as innocent in this place.
No. All of these people are innocent.
Not to Kato, they're not.
To Kato, they must all die.
Also, FYI, just a fun last thing. If Croc had failed that banishment, he would have been gone for good.
You're not from this plane?
Nope. He's from the
And you also don't
Feywild.
you can also just like stop concentrating on your own spell, you know that, right?
I don't know if that's how it would work after the machine had cast it.
Good point. That is a good point. I hadn't thought about the fact that like technically the machine cast it.
So it was like, I suppose it was technically a good thing I got that 25.
Also, I apologize for my rant about how long I fucking hated the way that they treat inanimate objects in this game.
I mean, the text for banishment does say at the point of if the target is native to a different plane, it'll be banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane if the spell ends before 1 minute has passed.
Yeah. But
it
that's the point.
did.
Is the question is, can he stop the spell? The answer
Yeah.
is we don't know because technically it was the machine that cast the spell.
This is accurate.
But can the machine concentrate on it?
Yes,
We
It's
don't know.
concentration.
But yes,
'Cause it
the
did.
machine can.
Yes,
So
the
it would
machine-
last the full 1 minute, so Croc probably wouldn't come back?
Yeah,
Question mark?
he wouldn't come back.
The machine
Same with it.
supports the magic of the spell for its duration.
Oh,
That's why Kato
So-
wouldn't have necessarily needed to roll his concentration check for confusion, because
Yeah, because I didn't
machine
actually
is- the machine is actually handling it for you.
How generous is the machine?
Yeah, the machine's super generous with all that
I
stuff.
was just like,
Yeah,
I have a
will-
really good wisdom score. I should pass this. And then I like rolled a 4, and I'm like, fuck.
Why
The
couldn't
machine,
that bloody
the
king
machine
do
is
that?
great. It's an incredibly useful tool.
Actually, I just realised that bloody king did do that. He rolled a 4 and he was still stronger.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's depressing.
On confusion, he rolled an 18 twice.
that's true.
That's depressing.
King is a strong boy. That's
What-
pretty much all he has going for him. In
He
fairness,
crit
though,
me twice.
this is true.
Like,
That was a
I'm
good
gonna
first
say,
turn.
I'm gonna say this, the rules for the game were not on our side, as well as maybe I pushed us into a conflict that we were not prepared for in terms of knowing what we were doing. Because I
This is-
didn't. Because my
Yeah.
character wouldn't have thought about it. He's just like, fuck, this guy's destroying the planet. Go.
Yeah, and
Killer.
like Colt did say to you, he agrees with you, but
Yeah.
reading the room, he was like, shit, this was a bad idea.
Yeah, no,
Uh, How do I
100%
get out-
agree with
how do
you.
we
It's
get
why
out
I
of
was
this?
like, that's why I was like, it looks like Croc might just leave rather than being embroiled in this. I understand.
In fairness, you
Mm.
were closer to winning than I think you might, and I think you
Think you
are.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I know that that Colt wouldn't totally get this, but that Vorpal blade, if that had hit Colt, he'd be dead twice over, twice,
I mean,
and
also,
then the rest.
technically it would have cut off your head, so you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if he hit you with the first chain of attacks, it's in fact super lucky.
No, I don't mean like
that the
game
golem-
mechanics wise. I mean like that did enough damage to kill 2 Colts in total.
Yeah,
And-
because he crit twice.
Outright.
Yes.
Yeah,
He did in fact crit twice.
he did 157 damage. I have 75 health.
He's a strong boy.
That is stupid.
Yes.
Oh man, very strong boy.
So tune
He's
in
a
next
very
time for
strong boy.
Murder on the Orient
This- is this-
Express.
Is this motherfucker a Saiyan with magic?
Okay,
He might be empowered by the machine.
I
This
will
is
talk to you all later.
significant
I need to actually head off.
Need
Goodbye.
rest.